What's going on, everybody? I see myself lagging over on YouTube. YouTube changed their whole entire setup. I don't know what is going on, bro, but this is different. It's different right here. And it is lagging, bro. Oh, y'all gotta fix this. Y'all gotta fix this. Let me see if everything right. I thought it was something I did. You know what I'm saying? Because we always have technical difficulties over here, but yeah, this YouTube doing this shit, bro. I ain't feeling that. All right, let me see if I catch it up a bit. It's showing it on two different. That's why it's lagging. All right, YouTube have made it where it's gonna turn your live into a short and vertical, but I don't know. I gotta figure out how to cut it off. Cause if it's gonna be doing that, we ain't for that. You feel me? But let's get into the show, everybody. What's good, everybody, man? Salute all of y'all, all my fans. Oh man, I'm rusty. Salute to all my fight fans, casuals, and everything in between. What's going on, y'all, man? It's been a long week. A lot of boxing news to talk about. You know what I mean? salute to all the new subscribers since I've been gone, bro. You know what I'm saying? I ain't been here all week. I know. Y'all can, hey, throw your bricks. It's all good. I understand. It is what it is. But salute to all my new subscribers, man. Thank y'all, man. We are 102 away from the 2,000 mark, bro. Real spit, bro. So if you ain't hit that subscribe button, please hit that subscribe button. All right? Other than that, man, it's a ton of boxing news out here. We got a big card tomorrow. Diego Pacheco against Sajo. That's gonna be a great fight, man. I want to talk about who do you think is getting KO of the year? Of course, we got Shakur Stevenson, T.O. Pulev beat. No, was it? I probably got that backwards. I think was it Gearsall knocked out Pulev? Yeah, Gearsall knocked out Pulev, I believe. I ain't sure. One of them, that was early this morning. But nonetheless, the fight I'm looking forward to see is Gabriel Flores and Joe Cordina. I think that's going to kind of steal the show. That's going to be a high-impact fight tomorrow. KO of the year. Like I said, we got a lot to talk about, bro. It's Friday, so y'all know I'm going to go ahead and put the link in the chat. If y'all want to come up and talk on any of these topics, or if y'all got a topic you want to talk about. But I think I want to start it off with, well, I didn't get to talk on the Lamont Roach and Pitbull. So I'll make this quick because it's been all week. I just didn't have time to make a video or nothing about it. But Susie, y'all who hung out while your boy was out of town, we did the fight party on my phone. That was interesting. But yeah, that was a good ass fight. But I'm just sticking to my guns. What I said that night, you know, two things I was right on. I said, what if he go out here and try to fight this boy? You know what I'm saying? Fight Pitbull. And it doesn't go in his favor. And then also, what if fighting Pitbull, standing there fighting Pitbull will be Pitbull's kryptonite because he doesn't have anybody that was willing to stand there and trade with him. He's used to doing the chasing. You get what I'm saying? So I think both of those proved to be true. You know what I mean? Roach went out there to fight, which I felt like he should have boxed. And I'm pretty sure a whole lot of other people did too. And I saw a couple videos where they were saying pretty much the same thing. Like, that fight didn't have to be hard. You know what I mean? He made it hard. And I understood, but I understand he wanted to make that statement. You know what I'm saying? And to prove that, you know, I really was that guy that beat Tank. He felt like he beat Tank. If I beat Tank's hardest opponent, y'all can't say nothing about me. But in doing so, he kind of played himself, got to that third round, caught a flush punch. It is what it is. There was a lot of fouls in there. He got a point, was it round 6 or 7, somewhere around there. Pitbull got a point taken away for hitting him in the hip. It should have been hitting in the nuts. Straight up. Real talk. Susan, my boy, DJ, I see you.
Hello, motherfucker.
But as he say, you take a point for each nut, goddamn it, because it was so many low blows. But it was to be expected. People act like, oh, we're shocked. Pitbull fighting dirty. Pitbull been fighting dirty. Yeah, he believe in that old saying, if you ain't cheating, you ain't trying to win. That's Pitbull's moniker. So I'm pretty sure they knew going into this fight is going to be a lot of it. He even did his signature, you know, hitting you with the shoulder, you know, clinching, jumping up and down and all that shit. Like, well, that's to be expected. And some will give him a pass because he's so small. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, I felt like he edged it out, not Pitbull. I feel like Roach did, but at the same time, it was so close, bro. For the simple fact of the matter is, those last 2 rounds, when I was yelling at the goddamn screen, bro, there's no way in hell you are supposed to let this little dude steal these rounds. You're not. And he was letting that man, he stood there and exchanged with Pitbull. And this is what people ain't saying, but Pitbull was getting the best of those exchanges. He pulled Roach out of character, but Roach pulled Pitbull out of character as well. Pitbull claimed he wanted to show people he could box. No. You couldn't get to him when Roach was boxing. That's what it was. So if I feel like Roach just would have stayed boxing, came out boxing, you know what I'm saying, would have been cool. He could have still did some dominant shit, but he should have came in coasting on the boxing tip. He should came in boxing, frustrated shit out of Pitbull, and then, you know, trade sometime, you know what I mean? But he came in there wanting to just slug. That was his thing. I'm coming in here to slug. I want to knock him out. And in doing so, he proved Tank to be true. Tank messed his hand up. Roach messed his hand up. That dude got one big ass head, bro. Pause. Hard ass head. Pause. Swear to God, bro. That man broke his hand trying to knock that man out, bro. I think Pitbull name need to be Tank. I'm talking about, God damn, that's two hands you done broke, Pitbull. But this is the thing. At the pros press conference, they both agreed to go ahead and do a rematch. Now Pitbull running from it. And I'm saying running because you said you want to do it. Now he talking about this excuse he gave. I want to fight somebody who gonna stand there with me and it be exciting. What the fuck you mean? That man came in squabbing with you. You understand me? Stand in the middle of the street getting it on with you. You know what I mean? He made you pull back and start eating an imaginary pussy. That was some wild shit. Why did he do that, bro? Boy, he was off the chain with that one. I was like, what is he doing, bro? But anyway, he's squatting down, looking his tongue out. He brung you out of character. And now you finna run, talking about you want to fight Ryan or X, Y, and Z. Stop playing, bro. Pitbull, just say you chasing the goddamn money. Straight up, bro. Real talk. Just say, you know what I mean? You know, I'm chasing the bag. I ain't doing rematches, and I'm about to get up out. I'm checking out after I get that. Once I reach the number I want, I'm checking out. That's how I feel about the fight, but I feel bad for Lamont because he walked in, got 2 draws. It almost make you feel like he was never going to win that fight. It was almost, it made me feel like they were hoping that Pitbull won. You know what I mean? Or maybe it just didn't sell that much. I don't know. I don't keep up with the numbers, but at the end of the day, I feel bad for Lamont because he going to have these 2 draws. Who else do he go after? You know what I'm saying? I don't know. It is what it is at that point. But Pitbull's kryptonite for sure. If you stand there and you willing to trade with him, he don't like that. He don't like that. Especially if you know how to control the distance, right? And you slick. Like Roach was. Roach was getting caught by his own arrogance. That's what was getting him caught. You know what I'm saying? Forgive me if I keep looking away, it's because I don't know what YouTube on this update is. I don't know. I don't like it, but it is what it is. You know what I mean? Who all up in this thing? I see you. What's up, man? AC in the house. What's going on?
Hello, motherfucker.
Chappelle, what's happening, baby?
Hello, motherfucker.
Yeah, man. Yeah. He said he the new Sandor Martin. Facts, bro. That's how I'm starting to feel like Sandor Martin got a fight coming up too, but we ain't gonna be able to watch it though. It's in Spain in his hometown. But Sousa Sandor Martin, bro. But yeah, when you put it in like that, I mean, man, I feel bad for Roach, bro, because for me personally, Roach has showed me that he can get with the best of them. But a lot of people ain't gonna take it like that or whatnot. A lot of people gonna look at it like, damn, he couldn't get rid of Tank's leftovers when Tank couldn't even get rid of him. You know what I'm saying? I mean, that was arguably his second hardest fight besides Roach. You know what I mean? But people are going to look at it and view it like that. So, and like I said, Roach wanted to dominate that fight, so it would demand, he was thinking that would demand a Tank fight, which it wouldn't have. Tank just would stay away. You saw what Tank said. I'm gonna go ahead and fight Pitbull again. Which I felt like was weak as fuck. Like, what the fuck is that about? That was some, I swear that was.
You disloyal, fool-ass, bitch-made punk.
That's what that was. 100%, bro. I ain't like that at all. How you gonna sit there and watch the fight and then say that dumb shit? That was stupid as hell, bro. That shit was weak. He just said boxing 101 slick. Call out the guys that are already contracted to the fight. It is what it is. But on a lighter note, I definitely want to know this from y'all. Let me get this ready, why? Because I'm running my mouth and this YouTube is lagging. I don't know if y'all see it on y'all end, but it's lagging on my end. It's a whole new, it's like 2 screens over. It's weird, bro. But it's throwing me off. Even when I come to my screen over, why is it doing that? Anyway. KO of the year. Now, these recent, I got 2 recent, but I got 3 candidates. I know it's somebody I'm missing. That's why I got to ask y'all. I got Brian Norman Jr., right? And he's in third. He's in third for me right now. That goddamn me Frank Martin knockout, that was nice. That was clean as fuck. If you ain't seen that knockout, that was clean as fuck. But that Jai Opetaia knockout, number 1. Yes, I went and found the fight and I watched it. Okay? In between meantime, I was busy as hell, but I was like this. Man, I watched it. The way he set that motherfucker up, though. Like, people probably didn't even peep it. He did the same combination earlier in that round and hit him in the chest. Something like when I tell y'all, if you off kilter, just lower it by, hit him in the shoulder, hit him in the chest. You gonna eventually catch him. And he did that and slept him. But Jai Opetaia is knockout of the year for me right now. I'm hoping AJ be knockout of the year. I'm hoping AJ is knockout of the year. You know what I'm saying? So, you know what I mean? We'll see. We'll see. Will it be Paul? Paul knocked. That's Paul, man. That'd be crazy, but we ain't gonna get into Paul. But no, on everything, I hope AJ get knockout of the year. But and we got big fights tomorrow. We got fights tomorrow too. But that Jai, that was a hell of a knockout, bro. That was a hell of a knockout. You know what I'm saying? You do got AJ getting slept. You got that too. You say you got who you got? You got Martin, Usyk, Jai, and Bam. Okay. Brooklyn said you good. Okay, right on. Yeah, I don't know what's up with YouTube. I just be seeing it lagging. And it's showing me move on. I don't know. Y'all, it's hard for me to explain. I don't even know why I'm trying to explain to y'all because y'all can't see what I see right here. And it is throwing me the hell off. I just know this is new because this wasn't like this last week. Bless me. Captain 007, what's up, man? What's going on with you?
Hello, motherfucker.
But yeah, so AJ was last year? That was last year? Man, time be flying, bro. I'm gonna have to, you know what I'm gonna do in 2026? Starting January 1st, I'm gonna have a book here and I'm writing that shit down for the entire year. That's what I'm gonna do. Straight up. Captain 07 says side joke about destruction. We gonna see. Look, like somebody mean ass granddaddy up there. Pacheco better come with it. Pacheco talking a lot of shit too. You know. For as this is Team Pacheco over there when I was with Benavidez and them. It was Team Benavidez, so I had to leave all that shit. I went back to LA looking at this nigga. You know what I'm saying? Talking a whole lot. He talking a whole lot, a lot of shit that didn't need to be said, to be honest. So that made me feel like it was some bad blood between them when he burnt out. So, you know, so he better go out here and stank this dude. You know what I mean? But he fighting a relentless cat too. So kudos to him. You know what I'm saying? For taking on somebody tough. But like I said, it's a lot of fights. Scott Nicholson fight on there too tomorrow, I believe. I forgot who she fighting. She a pretty girl though. She's a pretty girl. Man, who is she fighting, bro? I don't know. That's gonna blow me. Hold on real quick. I'm still here, but damn. I was running. Excuse me, y'all. What it do, AC? Oh yeah, this whole thing just moving slow, bro. You there, bro?
Yeah, what's good, bro? I was just clicking off the other one. I was gonna type in, but I'm not sure. The Hamza and Berlanga, was that this year?
I don't know. Oh, yeah, that was this year. That was New York. No, that wasn't New York. Was it?
Yeah, that was New
Where the
York.
fuck was that? That was New York. Yeah. 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 Like I said, it's a lot of them. It's a lot of them. But that John Batai was nice though.
Yeah, I watched that. I watched that entire card. The dude who
That was
got
nice.
that dude who got the stoppage in the first round, that was kind of impressive too.
I didn't get to see. I
before.
found just that fight. I didn't get to
Yeah.
see the whole card.
Yeah, I honestly, some European dude on YouTube posted it and it was never blocked.
Okay.
Yeah, so I watched the whole card because I was trying to figure out where could I see it, but I couldn't
Yeah.
find
I
any places.
caught wind by DJ.
Oh, okay. But yeah, that was this year. That was 5 months ago.
Okay.
So,
Yeah,
but
I'm gonna have to sit down and write this shit down because it's so many.
yeah,
It was a good year of knockouts. I ain't gonna lie.
yeah,
But that Frank Martin was just that was clean. I ain't gonna say.
yeah, Frank Martin stoppage was
Just
technical because
Yeah.
everything that led up to it, his foot movement, sliding, giving
Yeah.
them angles and stuff like that, him looking crazy sharp and fast, and his twitch movements was on point. And
Yeah.
old boy just gave him that opening, and you seen him squat down low, and he just was like zoop, boom.
Man,
I
that
was
shit
like,
was crazy.
oh shit, he done
He gave him-
coiled on you, bro. Leaped out with that 1-2, and it was over.
I'm talking about gave him that work. You hear me? I was like, God
Yeah.
damn. When I saw this shit, I was like, whoa. I didn't expect that shit. See, you know, him coming back. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
He
Now-
came back, made his statement real good.
I got one for you though. Because
What's
I just
that?
hopped up for a minute. Fight of the year. Is it gonna be between Abdullah Mason, Sam Noakes, or Canelo versus Bud?
Ooh, I already know where they're gonna go with it. They're gonna give it to Bud.
Yeah, but my vote is for Abdullah though.
That
I
Abdullah
know.
though, that was
I mean-
great. That was a fight. That was a fight.
Yeah, bro. Terrence Crawford performance. I'll give him performance of the year.
Yeah.
But fight of the year,
Well,
that's
fight
gotta go
like
there.
straight scrap. I can see
Yeah.
that. I can see it going to Abdullah and Sam Noakes. I watched that whole interview, bro. You know, and he gave Abdullah his props, bro. He said, "Hey, that
Yeah,
motherfucker
yeah.
quick, bro." He said, "That
Yeah.
motherfucker fast." He
And
said
that
he
was the
fast.
crazy thing because I was like, bro, if you ain't watch a lot of them old school UK movies like Lock, Stock, Two Smoking Barrels and
Yeah.
Rock and Roller and all of that kind of stuff, bro, you would
Yeah,
not,
rock and roller go hard. What you know about rock and roller, nigga? Oh,
bro,
shit.
bro.
Yeah.
Come
That's
on,
my
man.
shit.
That
That's
was
the
my
England.
movie.
That's the brick gangster flicks right there, bro. You understand?
Oh
me?
yeah,
That's my
Yeah,
shit.
bro. Early 50 is in Rock and Roller, which a lot of people didn't realize. Like, bro, go check that joint out, man.
Yeah,
Yo,
bro.
Rock and Roller is
Flew
on
in
the
there.
next
That
level.
shit was hard.
Yeah, so
That shit was hard, bro.
yeah, harder than hard. So basically, I was listening to him, and that's all I was thinking about. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, yo, he would have
Mhm.
been a perfect character in Rock and Roller. You know what I'm saying? But like
Yeah.
I was
Yeah.
like really caught up with that whole thing. Now there's also, I know some people gonna try to squeeze in the Eubanks versus Conor Ben first fight, not the second one, for fight of the year. I
That
know
was
they
a
gonna
scrap, but that was a barn burner too, though.
yeah, it was great entertainment, but I don't know, bro. I still got Abdullah edging that out because it was for something as well. You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah, yeah.
for this era, um, we got the youngest, um, one of the youngest champions of this era. So at the end of the day, it's close, bro. I wouldn't be mad if Conor Benn and them got it.
But all year, those two are the two scraps though.
Yeah, yeah.
No, that Fierro and Pitbull was last year. Was Fierro and Pitbull last year?
Yeah, I think that
I
was.
think so. I think that was last year because that was a hell of a scrap. I want to see that shit again, but it never happened. But yeah, so, but no, them two right there doing some scraps. You right. Them two was some scraps right there, bro. But like you said, the edge would be Abdullah because it was for something. And for him to be so young to even like really, because I never forget that. I was like, they ain't gonna fight. That ain't gonna happen. That nigga got in that ring, bro. That threw me off. Like, what the fuck? They really ain't playing.
Yeah.
They ain't playing, bro.
Yeah.
And then, like say, for Sam Nose to give and what I said during that stream, I said, man, this dude here, Abdullah with his hardest punch, that gotta do so too. He said that. He said it do so to you when you give him your hardest. And that motherfucker just still there, bro.
Yeah.
He just still there.
It was when I first saw the fight being made. Honestly, bro, I was like, wow, this is the first fight Abdullah could actually lose.
Yeah.
Like
but
I was on it like that because I knew who Sam Noakes was. I done seen him fight a couple of times, and I'm like, oh my God, if you asking for the perfect step up fight to really, really cut your teeth on and will propel you to fame and everything like that, and has that real life threat that you could possibly lose this shit.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It didn't have.
Bro, this is the perfect test. No, like, listen, this is his Errol. That was his Errol Spence. That was.
It didn't feel like no setup, bro. It didn't feel like something that was set up to be, you know what I'm saying? Like, it was either you go get it or you not. You feel me?
Exactly. And as the fight got closer, I was like a little more and more, getting a little bit more and more leery for Abdullah, because I was like, Sam is just too relaxed. He too happy. He want this.
Sam just. Before I move on, let me give salute to my boy Johnny, man. The Hangout Spot, man. They got great content over there, man. That shit dope, bro. So make sure y'all go check out my boy Johnny at the Hangout Spot, bro. Real talk. Thank you, bro. Appreciate you for that. But yeah, man, that shit right there was like what the main thing people missed about that fight, to be honest with you, is that that's what the game supposed to be about.
Yeah.
The young guy believed in himself and said, I'm going for it. They could have took an easy route. They could say, you know what, we gonna take a couple more fights, then go for it. You know what I mean? No, They didn't do that. They said, bring it on. Cause like that night when they said we were talking about Sam Noakes, who next up for the belt shit, Sam Noakes. I was like, no, they ain't no. And then when people who was saying, I'm like, hey, that motherfucker could fight, bro. He ain't no punk, you know. And for him to actually do it, to see, like, it was like seeing it, him getting the ring and all that shit. It was like I still didn't want to believe it.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? I still didn't want to believe it until I saw them in the ring. And then when you get them in the ring, it produced way better than what the fuck I imagined, bro.
Yeah.
Way better than what I imagined. You know what I mean? And then one thing's for sure that I took away from this fight. The mental fortitude of that kid, bro. Most kids his age getting in the ring, getting hit like that and battered and suckered and baiting into fighting the inside and all that, they mental would have been broken. Their spirits would have been broken, bro. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? And he kept trucking.
We seen what what's the name did, in my opinion, to Ray Savage, because Ray Savage is not the same. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
After he fought Nick Ball.
Yeah. Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying? And that was one of the things I was more afraid of Abdullah Mason, because I'm like, yo, he's a bigger version of Nick Ball that can really crack like that.
Yeah.
And got some skill. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I'm like, oh my God, bro, this is crazy. I can't believe you doing this, but I love it. That's that real, you fit the bill, appetite for smoke. But
facts. They didn't print more of them damn shirts. Every time I try to get one, they sold out. But no, and everything I love, bro. Like, and by him taking these type of fights like this, bro, it's gonna be like when he do get to them guys, they ain't gonna want no smoke with him, cause he gonna be tried and true.
Yeah,
it ain't what you about to bring to him that he ain't seen.
Yep.
You know what I mean? He not scared, bro. This dude just went through war with a dude who's relentless as fuck, don't give a fuck. And this man just did a whole interview like, shit, I gave him my best shot, and the kid was still there. Gave him all his props in the world. Didn't complain about him doing anything wrong. You know what I'm saying? The only people who's complaining about him doing shit wrong was people like us. Like, why you making this shit hard? You know what I'm saying? But the kid got heart, bro, and he earned another warrior's respect, and that's huge, bro. That's huge. Speaking about that, just to bridge that over to the T.O. and Shakur shit. How you feel about that shit, man? I got a perspective I wanna bring to the table, and you tell me if I'm tripping.
Okay.
I don't think T.O. nervous or nothing, bro. I think T.O. playing mind games, and I think the shit working, bro.
Bro,
I think it's working, bro.
Yo, see, you said what I was just about to say, because look at how sweet this is. I'm just gonna give you this one example of how he set this thing up. When he first walked out on the stage, he had the book and the notebook and the pens, right?
Yeah.
And he had
the
belt. Yeah. So the dude asked him, "What are the notebooks for? What is the what is the book and the notebook about?" He was like, "No, just introspection." And then he says all of this other crazy shit, and then he says, "You know, it's that Shakur Jigama." And Shakur's like, "What? Jiggle what?" He was like, "Jiggle my balls."
What? Yeah, he jiggle my balls.
I was like, "Yo."
But here's the thing. That shit flipped. Did you see? That shit was cool. All the jokes and shit, but it was in between the jokes.
No, this is
it was
where
making it. Huh?
No, I was gonna say this is where the second part of what I'm talking about comes into play.
Okay.
Because when they did the little sit down thing with Mr. Versace, with the Versace, right? Remember when Shakur was like, you know, "I'm the best. I want to fight everybody. I want to prove I'm the best. I want to be undisputed at 140 because I believe."
He pulled his card, bro.
And then he said, hold on. How can you say you want to be undisputed and you want to fight the best, but you won't even fight Keyshawn? Like, both of y'all up at this weight class and y'all just gonna mess
it was the way he did it.
But bro,
let me tell you how cerebral that boy is, bro.
Then he told them this. He was like, "See, y'all don't understand what I was doing earlier. I've been on the introspection, and your mind not right to do what you think you're gonna be able to do." When he said something, I'm paraphrasing, but when he said it like that to Shakur, you seen Shakur face drop, because he was in a realization that he was like, "Yo, this dude is absolutely right." And then Shakur got pissed. Then he was like, "Nah, I don't give a fuck.
Said,
you can't talk that bullshit."
Nah, this is what he said, bro. This is what he said. He said, "Man, this should let you." He set him up, bro. The whole setup was cold, bro. He's sitting there. He's like, "Man, I want the T.O. man that sold the last fight. That's what made me really want to fight him." Blah blah blah. He said, "What's up?" He said, "Man, shit, I don't know, man. You know, man, I'm focused. I'm here. This is where I'm at." When he said that, I said, "Here come the bullshit," right? He went, "Bro, I don't know, but I know this is where I'm at," right? In other words, they no friends, right? I knew where it was leading from there. Then he said, "You know, you talk about your greatest, man. You could get a ring belt. You come from mine. Why you get a ring belt at 135?" He said, "They should put that on the line." And then Versace said, "No, that's for number one, number two." He said, "Okay." He said, and then he looked at, if you look at his face the way he looked at Versace, right? And then Versace obliged him. He said, "Because you know number two was," he was like, "Who?" "Keyshawn." That nigga said, "Oh, okay." And then he said, "Well, so you ain't gonna fight him?" He said, "Why would I fight him? That's my brother." He said, "Oh, see, here we go. Then you weren't trying to best. You just said," he said, "So you passed up on the opportunity to be the best at 135, and you want to come mess with me." And then and then Shakur flipped the fuck out. He flipped the fuck out. He said, I'm not fighting my mother. I'm not fighting my brother for no motherfucking body. Ain't no
We did it from the
motherfucking
mud.
Yeah, bro.
I'm like,
Let me tell you something. This the
What, y'all was
shit
in
people
the-
be overlooking. That motherfucker T.O. know exactly what the fuck. When he did that, when he flipped out like that, bro,
he set him
he
up.
knew it. He was like, this how I get this it right here. I'm finna fuck with him like this all the rest of this campaign. And all he doing is staying calm and just speaking facts to this dude. Then he said, so you gonna pass up an opportunity. He said, that's not what the essence of boxing. He said, that's not what boxing is. He said, we could be friends when we retire. And I was like, that's what I'm talking about. Then he turned around and said, then he said, man, why we talk, Shakur said, why we talk about everybody else with this fight? He said, but it's all good. He was like, yeah, I know it's some shit. Then he said, ooh, I'm scared, Shakur. And it's something. Then he said, yeah. He said, but who am I supposed to fight? You worry about me losing or some shit. He said, no, because you finna fight me. But it was the way he said it to Shakur.
Yeah.
He said, if somehow it led back to T.O., and T.O. said, yeah, because you finna fight me.
Yeah.
And then Shakur just got quiet.
And he was like, you think I'm
He
gonna let
playing.
you come up here and take everything that I built, everything that I earned, everything that I worked hard for?
He playing, and
Let you
people
come
think
up here
he's
and just
nervous.
take my spot? I was
Yeah,
like, bro,
I don't think that he nervous. I think he just trying to play mind games with him, bro.
I
Now,
never.
I do think they got T.O. on a short leash though, because did you see him at the Breakfast Club?
Yeah. No, I didn't see the Breakfast Club. I just watched.
I don't know who them people was that was sitting next to his daddy, but they was like leaning over like this every time he opened his mouth. Like, watch what the fuck you say. I'm talking about he even backtracked the religion shit. He was like, I learned in this game, ain't no room for religion. He was like, but yeah, you learned that the hard way or some shit. Ak was asking him, he said, I think Ak said that. And then he was like, no, I don't recall ever speaking about religion. I was like, what, nigga? And then people in the background, it's a lady and there's a white dude and a white lady behind him. And they listening to everything he was saying, bro.
Yo,
so they told him how to clean shit up.
I was done. Did you see the Shakur one yet?
Yeah, I saw. Hell yeah, he contradicted himself in that shit too,
bro. This was the craziest thing in that joint, and I'm trying to talk to these dudes that put me in this group chat, and a majority of them are heavy Shakur fans. I said, y'all not checking your boy on what he said, and he like, AC what? I said, the man said he's so talented. He could compete and beat dudes, top level dudes, from 135, 140, and 147. But he need to put a
weight clause. See,
a weight clause on Devin
I said, huh?
And Conor Ben. And I'm like, what?
I said, huh?
You little bro. You little
Yeah,
bro, but you ain't moving
said,
like
what,
family.
Bro?
You little bro, but you ain't moving like family. If
that
that's my family,
weird,
my family say, I don't care what you rehydrate to. There've been the rumors out there that said you spar light heavyweights and dudes that are 175 pounds. They even had a little clip of you supposed to be sparring some dude that was 168 pounds.
Facts.
So why
What's up, man?
Why you need a weight clause for the level of a Conor Ben? That's number one. That's the part that just was like, whoa.
Because he's scared they go blow up on him, bro. He's scared. But my thing was,
the biggest death
probably a strong word though. But my thing is, if you want to beat the best, beat them at their best. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, you know, because that's how he was talking before.
Yep.
He just not saying this about Conor Ben. When he was on Hawani show with Conor Ben, he didn't say no weight clause, nothing. He's just now saying that.
He said he'll fight Conor Ben at 154 pounds.
Yeah, he was tripping, bro. But he contradicted himself. I'm gonna tell you something. They said, T.O., how do you what do you think his weakness is? He said he mental. He was like, what you mean? He said that he played to the pandering to the crowd, basically. You know what I'm saying? He does what the crowd wants him to do. And then they asked Shakur, they told him what T.O. said. He said, nah, man, I do what I want to do, man. If he falsipated like he would have falsipated the same way I fought him probably, because he threw a shitload of punches, right? Towards the end of the interview, you know what this dude said?
Yeah, we both fight
to
to play the crowd.
Yeah, man. I said, now you just said you don't listen to the crowd, but you go add T.O. that said we both need to stop listening to the crowd and just go in there and give us the best of, you know what I'm saying? Like, what are you talking about, bro? Like, this is why I be like, they think people don't be paying attention to what they said, but I was like, yeah, bro. Because I said that. I said that he played to the crowd, bro. He kept saying that he said it himself after the fight. He confirmed it after the fight. He said, I think I showed people that I can fight in the pocket. Did he not say that?
Yep.
Right after that fight. So to say that you not pandering to the crowd, you are, bro. Because you could have made that fight a lot easier. 100%, man. What it do, Zai, man? He said, did he cross the line with the gay shit? Hey, man.
Hello, motherfucker.
Hey, man, straight up, right? Hey, man, I ain't gonna lie. I was like, whoa, bro. What the fuck?
Nah,
it was,
bro? I thought it was funny in the sense that when you look at the culture in this era, it's so homophobic that we could be talking and then if
man,
a dude come out and say something crazy like that, everybody, the whole topic, everything is now thrown off. Your thought process, everything is thrown off, and you gotta now try to reset and be like, wait a minute, what was I saying? Because he was saying it, and T.O. was going on with that stuff, and he was like, what is wrong with you?
Yeah, he was
like,
bro, some weird shit, bro.
He's disrupting you. That's what's wrong with him.
That's all it is, just to mess with him, bro. Like T.O.'s not worried.
Yeah.
T.O.'s showing that he not worried about what people think about him. And it's showing that Shakur does worry about it. I call it white boy humor. No disrespect to the white boys, but everything goes in a white comedy. You get what I'm saying? Gay jokes,
definitely.
all that shit. You know what I'm saying?
Definitely.
And black culture, gay jokes don't fly. You get what I'm saying?
In black culture, you would never have a scene like that, like the scene that was in Get Hard. I can't remember the white.
Yeah, Get Hard.
And he was in the bathroom.
And that should be funny as fuck. But it's fuck. But the thing is, though, the shit be funny. I can't lie, bro.
Yeah.
You ever see this? It's another movie called Forgetting Sarah Marshall. Boy, that shit be had me dying. I don't give a fuck what nobody say, bro.
Both of them, bro.
But it's just in different cultures, the shit fly, bro. And he pulling them stunts, man, because he's showing it. He don't give a fuck. He don't care what nobody think about him. But then you got the other guy that's like, whoa, hey, no, I'm not like, you know what I'm saying? So he's worried about it. And what it's doing, like when he did in the little pod, when he brought up Keyshawn. Oh, so you ain't want to become the best because of your brother? You see how he said that shit? Because of your brother. And it made Shakur have to clean. Hold on, let's make sure. Well, let's see what you saying, though. And made him flip. See how it just escalated. You get what I'm saying? Yeah. And now he's seeing what buttons to push, bro.
Yeah.
I mean, I got, and let's be real. I got Shakur winning the fight. But my thing is that T.O. trying to play mental games because he do need some sort of edge going into this fight. He know what he up against, and so does Shakur, bro. You know what I'm saying? But the thing is, the more I see these games, it's just gonna be who go get embarrassed first. Who gonna take that good shot? Be like, oh fuck. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just got embarrassed. Just think if Shakur get whooped on. Cause see, here's the thing too. Shakur was asked about Lamont Roach, fighting Lamont Roach. And then he said, Lamont might not be next. Because so many other great fights at 140. Now, so they just told you right there that he quote unquote don't plan on leaving 140. But if he lose, he going back to 135.
All day.
That's exactly what that told me right there. And I believe what T.O. said, like T.O. said, he gonna get my fucking belt. You gonna take your ass back to 135 so Keyshawn can get that shit. Y'all got this little coup going on, and that ain't fucking boxing. And I ain't gonna lie, I kind of agree with him, bro.
Yeah.
I've been saying this on this show. Hey, everybody in this chat, just know if somebody offers Slick 50 some money to fight y'all in a ring and you don't fight me, I'm gonna be mad at you. We gonna get this motherfucker and make some goddamn money. And ain't no, it's a sport. I'm not gonna have no ill will against you if I get my ass whooped. Nothing. I'm gonna give you a hug and everything. I might whisper in your ear now. Let me get a cut of that money, nigga. But other than that, goddamn it, we gonna make some money. You know what I mean?
For me, with this fight, I'm at 50-50. I can't call it. You know what I'm saying? Because I learned my lesson. In betting against T.O. when it comes to these big level fights.
He's on his round. It ain't just these levels fight. It's he has arithmetic to his shit. So let's go back to he beat Lomachenko, looked good, lost Kambosos. Who did he fight after Kambosos? It wasn't Josh Taylor, it was somebody else, right?
Yeah.
It was somebody else. Somewhere Josh Taylor in this motherfucker, he looked good. And then Sandor Martin, he lost that motherfucker. They gifted him that bitch. And then somebody else was Claggett. Was it Claggett?
Yeah.
Looked good. Then he fought Jermaine, didn't he?
Yeah.
I think he fought Jermaine. That was a stinker. Some people felt like Jermaine won the motherfucker. You understand what I'm saying? So it's like now he's up for a good performance. You get what I'm saying? Like this should be that one, bro. Like it's up, down, up, down, up, down with him, bro. This fight for me, man, it could go one or two ways. It could be a stinker, you know what I'm saying, or it could be a banger. And it's gonna be up to them two. And it gotta be on some mutual shit, bro. Mm-hmm. Either one of them can make it a stinker. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And if both of them ain't on the same page, you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It ain't gonna make no sense. The fight gonna be garbage.
Okay, so here's the order. After the Kambosos loss, it was Pedro Campa, Sandor Martin, Josh Taylor, Jermaine Ortiz, Steve Claggett, Arnold Barboza. I remember him
Barboza.
Yeah, and then now he's
so no, he due for a fuck up. Cause that was a good performance.
Like when I look at it, I'm gonna go back to his run with Loma. He had a good performance. He had a good performance against Comey, right? I believe that was for his title. And then he turned around and had the big fight with Loma. So if we look at that sequence, it might be familiar. You know what I'm saying? So he come off of one good performance, and now,
When did Loma fight Richard Comey?
No, Loma didn't fight Comey.
Yes, he did. He made them. He was looking in the corner like, y'all ain't finna stop this shit.
Wait. Let me look at this, because I'm looking at Teal's box rec.
Yeah, because remember he kept looking at the ref. He throwing it like this dude out on his fucking feet, bro.
All right, he fought Comey. I think it was before. He fought Comey. All right, he fought Tio. That's where he got the loss. Then he fought Nakatani. Then he fought Comey. Jermaine Ortiz. Then he.
So it was after Tio. Okay. Yeah. Okay.
So at the end of the day, when I look at it, he about right on par to repeat that same lightning in a bottle. Now, the Sandor Martin fight, he had a bad performance. People say he lost that fight.
He lost that. He got dropped twice in that fight.
Yeah, and then he fights Josh Taylor and then does his thing with Josh Taylor.
Yeah. Yeah.
So he's coming off
He
a
did.
loss, a fan base loss. That's how I'm gonna call it. He's coming off the fan base loss, and then having a great performance against Josh Taylor. Then prior to that, he had a good performance against Comey, and then built upon that victory, and then went up there and snatched Loma's belts. So
All right.
he's in a 50-50 space. But the one thing that is
Yeah,
consistent
no, the
is
fight is a 50-50.
no, what I'm saying is the one, to me, the 50-50 space is you had one sequence where you had a good performance, you snatched the belt, then you went for the big guy and you took all of his hardware. Then you have the other sequence where you had the fan base loss, the bad performance where you're asking everybody, do I still got it? And then then there's the Josh Taylor, redemption.
Right.
You feel what I'm saying? So where I'm saying it's 50-50, it's 50-50 in how we can judge his performance. So it's like that don't matter. They cancel each other out. So the one thing that is consistent is he showed up for those big fights. And that's kind of where I'm
one. And if he focused,
yeah.
I want him to be focused. I want it to be a good fight. I don't want no mental breakdowns in the fucking ring. I don't want nobody to get hurt. None of that shit.
He kept it a beam when he told Shakur right to his face. He was like, yeah, it's mental for both of us. I have nothing to lose and he has everything to gain. I was like, oh, Tio understand this shit.
No, fuck that. Fuck that. That nigga said but you even said it's mentally. You at the Versace shit. He said you said it was mentally. He said slow. No, he said you said I was slow. He said you kept saying I was slow. You kept saying I was slow. He was like mentally. He said, no, he was talking about my fist. He was like mentally. I was like, this dude's an asshole, bro. I said, fuck no, bro. And he wouldn't let him off that shit. He just kept saying mentally.
Yo, listen. If you sitting on the train or you sitting in a class, bus, whatever, and you in Brooklyn, and some dude is just being a dick to you, and you like, yo, I'm really about to knock this dude the fuck out. That's how Tio is. He just giving him the Brooklyn business. That's that Brooklyn bullshit right there. That's what we do to antagonize a dude, to get in his head.
And I was like, he not ready. I was like, Shakur not ready for the shit talk. Because he was like, what is you talking about? What are you doing? Like,
oh, the crazy thing. Bro,
talk your shit.
Him and his pops kept on driving it home. You've never been on this stage. You've never been on a big stage. You ain't been
here. Real with you though.
Huh?
I don't think that's gonna bother Shakur.
No,
I don't. In front of them big ass crowds. So I mean, like, not with that type of dance partner though. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I'm gonna say it like this. That's not 100% true. Because Shakur has fought on cards with Bud.
Yeah. That's why I said he's been in front of big crowds, just not with that type of.
Yeah, this is your first time. It's a gift and a curse. On the opposite side, this is your first rodeo where you on the big stage, and you one of the major players.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. This is our show.
Eventing.
We the main event.
Right,
we not
you main
co-main.
eventing. Yeah, and the pressure on them. They gotta deliver, bro. Shakur claim he gonna fight him, and I ain't gonna lie. I don't want you to fight him, bro. But that's what Tio want. Tio playing these games, people looking at his nerve, but it's the shit in between the goofy shit he's saying. I'm looking at this dude like, yeah, he trying to strike a nerve, bro.
To get Shakur out of that, see. One thing I believe,
he want him angry. He wants to make him angry, bro. One thing Tio know, you can't fight when you mad, bro. You come there trying to prove a point, you're gonna fuck around and lose. You know what I'm saying?
Here's the point. This is where, when I look at Tio Tio has a certain way to read his opponents, and that's that street smart that you pick up. He has that street smart savvy to where he can really read his opponent. And reading his opponent, he knows Shakur is extremely methodical. Like everything has to be calculated.
Yeah.
So how do you disrupt the calculated person?
Yeah.
With chaos. And that's all he was bringing to the table.
Yeah.
It's chaos in little doses, little micro doses of chaos. Just humble, say it humble. I don't have to be loud and get up and stand up and wear a suit with no shirt on like Tyson Fury was doing. No, I just sit right here, my head down to the side, acting like, everything good, bro. It's nothing. All of this talk after that and who this and who that and yada yada, that's all bullshit. It's just you and me, right? It's gonna be us in the ring. So everything else is bullshit. That's what I'm saying. You the best, I'm the best, blah, blah, blah. You the best, right? And listen, Vegas, keep the betting odds saying he's number one, he's the best, because I got a lot of friends that are doing bad right now. I was like, yo, Tio, God damn, you relentless, bruh.
Man, not only that, and that's how I also felt. I felt like he was trying to play it down like he not interested. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, Shakur, but type shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
At the press conference, I was like, he went amped up. He was saying them gay jokes or whatever, but other than that, he like, man, look, bro. And I think that's just a tactic, bro. He's giving them the opposite of what he wants. And like I say, to be unbothered, and I can relate to that because a lot of people tell me that shit. You just unbothered. That's what get on people's nerves. They be like, oh, that shit don't, shit, just because you act a certain way don't mean I got to react to that shit.
Yeah. Yeah, and the crazy thing is,
like, did you hear me? I'm like, yeah, I heard you.
Yo, the crazy thing is when I'm on that type of time, I'm unbothered. I just sit there and look at you. I'm not gonna argue with you. I'm gonna just sit there and look at you, and just give you that look. Like whenever you ready to stop talking and really make this happen, I'll just sit here quietly and wait. I'll wait for you to,
Bro, I don't even think that way. I don't come in my space. That's where my head at.
You definitely
talk
not.
Your shit over there. Don't come in my space.
Yeah, you definitely not. We both have that same kind of level of tolerance and things like that, because some of that is being able to command the kitchen. You feel what I'm saying? So don't come in my space. Mm-hmm. Also reflects when I'm doing my work and I'm doing something. A cook, are you fucking stupid for really coming to me like this right now? Like, isn't that a sous chef type of thing? Isn't that one of the station leaders type of thing?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So my aura should demand that you got to understand the chain of command before you even really, really think about approaching me like that. Not that I'm not approachable, but if it's a situation where it's a chain of command thing, I expect you to respect that. But in that sense, it's more like,
are you saying if I ask you, I need 10 pounds of potatoes, and you come all the way over here and say, how the fuck you cut these potatoes, motherfucker? Well, how y'all supposed to measure out 10 pounds of mashed potatoes, motherfucker? You had a dude right next to you could have asked that shit. Why the fuck you coming fucking with me? That's what you talking about.
Yeah, like,
that's the shit I used to run into. I give you your fucking itinerary. I want you to get that shit done, but I don't need you stopping every single fucking thing. I'm about to stop for every single thing, because if that's the case, I might as well do it.
Yeah, I'm not going to micromanage you, because then I'm asking myself, why the fuck did I hire you, chef?
What are you here for? Right.
If your job is to learn and eventually do what I'm doing right now, me micromanaging you doesn't help that. It doesn't. You'll never get to where I'm at if I'm micromanaging you.
Right.
Period. Hands down.
Right. No, that's real. And overall, man, I mean, T.O. right now is the one cooking. Shakur don't know he being cooked. Like, when he flipped out, that's when I said, damn.
Yeah.
You gave it to him.
You lost that one.
You gave it to him because now he like, oh, Keyshawn, your soft spot. You see what I'm saying? That's your soft spot. You don't like that people keep bringing up that y'all brothers, so y'all not gonna fight each other. But the way he said brother is what would push Shakur over the deep end, because the way he said it was insinuating like, you know, that's not your real brother, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Remember
We
how
fighters first.
Yeah, remember how he brought in Andy Cruz real quick?
Mm-hmm.
Just to really offset his thought plan. He was like, so what about Andy Cruz? And he was like, what, Andy Cruz? Why, what, wait, why are we even talking? I was like, yo, he is doing you dirty, bro.
Yeah, bro.
Listen, he's asking you a question that, number one, you can't answer. Number two, your last thought and how you was going to go on and say all of this Shakur Stevenson type of stuff, he just shuts that down. And you're not even realizing that he's controlling your narrative right now.
And I hope
you're a passenger in this ride to this great fight.
After that interview, and I hope in Shakur's mind, it should be no more talk, because what it's been, T.O. struck blood first because T.O. realized this ain't no friend shit. For the longest, they've been complimenting each other. He's the best, I'm the best. Yeah. I've been wanting this fight, now I've been wanting this fight. We talked to each other, and I did this, I did that, and he said yes, and I thank him for that type shit. You know, like buddy shit. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
T.O. is shifting to, nigga, fuck you. You get what I'm saying? Like, no. And I hope Shakur picking up what the fuck he putting down. And when Shakur come up, man, fuck him. Because that's where his headspace is at. That's what he's easing. That's what he meant by when Shakur asked him, man, why you ain't all amped up and blah, 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 blah. He said, shit, I'm here. Yeah. I'm where I'm at.
Yeah.
That's what he meant in his headspace. This is where I'm at, bro. Like, I don't care. And right after he said, yeah, and I done played it in my head over and over. He said, okay, good. Yeah. Good. You know what I'm saying? Like, I want you to. Like, bro, his mind is where it needs to be. Like, dude, you're not my friend right now, bro.
One of my homies, right? He hit the nail on the button for me. He was like, look, Shakur if they have another joint or whatever, Shakur needs to wake up and participate, because right now, you looking like you're a passenger on the T.O. success train.
Yeah.
You got to start to make T.O. feel like he's on your train, like he's a passenger on your train.
Right. What up, Pun?
Hey, hello, motherfucker.
Yeah, to say, listen, at the end of the day, this thing comes down to this type of big fight being made in you and I's future. It's going to come down to, as we going into this fight, looking at the winner of this fight and how they win, we're looking at marketability. We're having the marketability argument right now, the big money argument. Who's going to get the big fights because they are more marketable and can sell the big fights.
Well, the thing is,
ain't realized that Shakur's not there. T.O. is there.
And then another thing too that he threw out, that it just hit me to bring up, when he said Terrence, we say people believe that Terrence sent you to go after T.O.
Yeah.
Bro, I was like, what the hell is going on? He was like, what? No, man, I came at T.O. home. I don't need nobody to tell me. I said, oh my God, bro. They is really trying to tear you to pieces right now, bro. You have no idea what's going on. Yeah. You're being attacked from all angles, bro.
It was, I'm stuttering because I was just so amazed how, from the press conference to that Mr. Versace interview, T.O. just controlled the narrative and controlled Shakur.
T.O. got the T.O. is content, and not just being content. He has no. He doesn't have the right to portray to be the star, right? He's in the spot where he really wasn't supposed to be there, right? He was told that he'll never be on a ring card. Remember all that shit, because Turkey wasn't fucking with you. Remember? So like, he has to play it from a different angle to still look good. He can't talk that. I think he know he can't talk that shit as if he is a shit. I think he knows who they want to pump up. They want to pump up Shakur. You get what I'm saying? Like, you see how cleaned up that band is, bro? My dude got a whole new row of choppers. You know what I'm saying?
And
they cleaning him up.
That's the part that I was wondering. I'm like, okay, you got them choppers. It's a good look for you, bro. But
But you saw T.O. say, I'm gonna knock that gap back.
Exactly. The choppers ain't the thing.
I didn't even notice it until you said that, though.
The choppers, for me, the choppers ain't the thing that make you the money. It's your phalanges. I don't understand why ain't you go get them phalanges done yet. Your grandpops just said on what's the name joint? Yeah, he had hand issues for the last 7 years. Oh,
right.
So 7 years. Okay. So now he's gonna go into, according to him, the biggest fight of his career, and he still ain't got them phalanges fixed.
Oh no! Remember he said I think he talked to I think he talked to Mayweather, bro. You know, Mayweather big on that. What is that? Cryogenics shit.
Yeah.
Maybe I think he been rapping with him or whatever, but that's just my opinion. I think because when he said, "Yeah, I've been talking to somebody that know what to do with your hands," and the only other person I know that has some brittle ass hands like that for real was Mayweather. But like, man, I don't know, but I think he just knows who they grooming is for. I think that T.O., for some reason, when I'm looking at him, like, he know the deck is stacked against him. If anybody gonna push the fight, I think it's gonna be T.O., bro.
Yeah.
But my thing is, if Shakur get on his boxing and start using his feet a lot, you know, T.O. don't like that shit. T.O. get frustrated easy if he's the one that got to come forward. T.O. likes to be chased. You get what I'm saying? Like when you just saw on the Barboza fight. You get what I'm saying? That's what he worked good off of. You know what I mean? But if he gotta be the one fucking pressing, he get frustrated if you're not gonna bang with him. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, you know, I don't know. So in a sense, it's almost like a catch-22 for me. Like, I don't know what T.O.'s gonna show up. If he presses, he gonna get fucking frustrated? Is Shakur actually gonna fucking fight and give him what he want? I don't know, but I do know this. He know the decks because he see it. He see they grooming him to be like the next star. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's the little bro Terrence Crawford effect.
Yeah,
you getting the residuals of close proximity.
Right. So I think I'm hoping for a good fight on that, man. I am, but like I say, if they both don't be on the same page and going to engage, all it do is take one to lay off, and it's gonna be garbage.
But
because they style of fights, the way they fight.
Yeah, and the worrying thing for me on Shakur's end is he said when he was asked, he was like, "No, I need to dominate.
Yeah.
I need to send that message." So I don't know how your interpretation of dominate is going to work out against T.O., when, in my opinion, T.O. has the faster feet and the faster hands.
Well, that remains to be seen. That's what I want to see. Who gonna have the faster hands? But I ain't looking up who. I think Shakur got longer reach than him.
Yeah, he got a half-inch reach. Half-inch reach, but T.O. is taller.
Yeah. So I don't know, man, but it's just because of past shit. Like I say, this is a big fight for Shakur, and Shakur do want to make a statement, but when Shakur tend to get touched in that face, man, he be like, "Fuck this shit." You know what I'm saying? Now he did.
Oh no,
box Zepeda, but that was a fight where he didn't have to really do all that. He could have made that shit easy as fuck. You know what I'm saying? Like, that was a fight where I wouldn't even been mad, like, because we know how Zepeda was gonna come. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know, it's almost like you choosing to do. I can't say what a man should do, but it's all just on the outside looking in. It's almost like you choosing the wrong fights to do certain things. Like the way Zepeda just come forward like that, and if you would have boxed the shit out of him, nobody would have been mad at that. Like, nigga, you beat his fucking ass. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But you chose to stand there. But then other fights, you'll just move around when the guy not even coming for you, get what I'm saying?
Yeah. Now here's the thing. We were both wrong. Tio is taller. Shakur is 5'8". Tio is 5'9". Shakur has a 68-inch reach. Tio has a 68.5-inch reach.
Oh, word.
Yeah, so this is gonna be, I think, maybe Shakur's first fight, his very first fight, where he has no advantages as far as body size.
He gonna have to have the speed.
Do you feel
That's why he keeps saying I'm faster than you. He gonna have to have that. But like I say, it's just gonna be a battle of wits, bro. That's what's gonna boil down to, man. First round we may get something, or second round we may get something. I just don't see them really, really squabbing like that.
Mm-hmm.
I don't see a Abdullah Mason, and Noakes. I don't see that. Somebody gonna break.
Yeah.
Somebody gonna break and say, fuck this shit. Watch. I'm telling you. Somebody gonna bail out. Be like, fuck this shit. I'm finna on the back foot. Catch me if you can type shit. Yeah. Catch me if you can. Because I'm not finna stand there and do this shit. And then we gonna get that talk. It's called boxing. I'm not finna stand there and just fight him. What y'all thinking it's gonna be? I'm praying. Everything I'm saying, I'm praying it don't
have like, I'm gonna keep it a beam with you. I was a Shakur fan, but
he said was.
I still am, but not like the Shakur from 126 and 130.
Okay.
Once he lost his jump off on the scale, and then his attitude after that, and then the way he felt this sort of entitlement going up to 35, I was like, bro, I don't know who you are.
Yeah. Losing the belts on the scale and all that shit.
Yeah, and then he was talking like the fans don't know what we talking about because we don't know what it's like to cut weight. Nigga, I don't sign any contracts to cut.
That's yeah. I was just talking about that earlier. That's crazy. You said that.
I'm like, bro, get out of here, man. Your argument is pussy.
Yeah, man. I don't like that when boxers say that because you signed up for it. I signed up to watch.
Yeah, I paid my money.
All I could do was give opinions, bro. I was telling somebody earlier, it was like that they was like, they watched my show or whatever, and they was like, man, you heavy opinionated on certain boxers you critique. I said, yeah. He was like, but you not in there. I said, you right, motherfucker. Shit, they in there. I buy the fucking fight. I watch the fight. That's what I'm supposed to do. I got the right to critique on my favorite fighter or a fighter I don't like or say what I want to fucking say. They can't get mad at that. Like they signed up for it. So you can't get mad at something you signed up for. Yeah. You can't get mad because you chose that thing. You can't get mad and tell a reporter, oh, you don't know. So why y'all be talking? The fuck you mean? Yeah, we duh. I'm on the outside looking in. That's why we talking to you.
Cam and Mace destroyed him on that. Like they was like, listen, bro, you can't. If somebody, they was like, if we made an album and the dude said he didn't like the album, I'm not gonna chase him down and be like, you bitch ass nigga, you never been in the studio. How the fuck you gonna tell me my shit is trash? Yeah, you just didn't like it. That's it. You feel what I'm saying? That's like me buying a pair of Nikes. I get them, I try them on in the store. They look all right with what I had on. Now I want to put them on with what I originally bought them for. And I don't like the way they look. And then a couple of minutes after that, I'm like, they feel funny now. Like, nah, I don't like these. Nike, when I return them, Nike gonna write me a letter. Oh, you bitch ass nigga, you don't know what good shoes are. You ain't out here making Nikes.
Right.
Like, you know what Nike?
No, that shit weird, bro. I just don't agree with it. And I don't like when I hear boxers misquote things. Like now a lot of them, they'll hide behind the saying of it's hit and make make a miss, right? But that's not the whole saying. It's hit and not get hit and make them miss and make them pay.
Yeah.
Say the whole thing. Don't say half of it.
Yeah.
Because it applies to what you just did. You get what I'm saying? It's hit and not get hit. Yeah, but make them miss and make them pay. Yeah. And if you ain't doing that second half of that sentence, that's probably why people are against you. You get what I'm saying? Simple and plain. You know what I mean? And like I never understood that. You can't get mad because fans are critiquing you, and then you want to play victim and Captain Obvious, talking about, well, y'all not in the ring. Duh, nigga, you ain't gotta tell me that shit. You know what I'm saying? I didn't sign up, but you coming at me like I made you get in the ring. I didn't make you do. You did that.
I'd be like, Shakur, listen, man. I'm 57 years old and 200 pounds and out of shape, man. Of course I'm not getting in no ring. I wouldn't like.
I respect it. I respect it, and I would respect your opinion even more if you speak on what I'm speaking on. You know what I'm saying? You know, like not agreeing with me, but I'm saying if you come back and retort, you get what I'm gonna respect it because you are the one in the ring. You get what I'm saying? But when you come retort with, you just on YouTube, you don't know. Well, enlighten me. You get what I'm saying? Because you're not saying nothing. You get what I mean?
You're not enlightening me. You just telling me what I don't know.
Right.
Hey, listen, let me tell you something, Shakur. I know everything. I know what I know, and I know what I don't know.
Right.
What are you telling me?
Hey, I like that. He said, hey, man, that's the first time I heard that. Hell no. He said, I know everything. I know what I know, and I know what I don't know.
I'm like,
hey, I like that, AC. I ain't never heard
thanks
that.
a lot, bro. I'm like, man, listen.
Hell no.
You can't tell me nothing. And yo, listen, my girl used to get tight at me when I say that. When we first got together, she'd be like, see, you think you know everything. I said, you goddamn right. I know what I know, and I know what I don't know. What's next? She just be like,
I'm using that shit.
She just gets so mad. She just start laughing. She's like, you an asshole.
Oh, shit. Somebody would have said that shit to me in the argument. I probably would have broke out like, what the fuck? Like, that shit would have confused the shit out of me. Huh? Oh, yeah, I'm using that.
Yeah,
that's a good one.
Spread the word.
That's a good one.
Spread the word.
Bad. That was some pimp shit right there. I likes that. Hell yeah. But no, and everything, I hate that, bro. I hate it when my favorite fighter said that Terrence was on the campaign and that shit. I'm like, you can't do that, bro. You can't get mad because people critique and the ones that are blessed with getting paid doing this and all of that, that's their job to critique you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And sometimes what they say do sound out of pocket because some of them do sound like they be in the ring with you. But hey, as a fan, and you got to take that at liberty, that guy, when he's saying that, and if he take as much time as he do to critique you, he's a loyal ass fan.
Yeah.
You the one he watching. What he's saying, what most people do, they conveying what they wish they could have saw you do.
Exactly. Now, I would tell all of them that speak like that, I would say to them like this. When it was cool to go to the movie theaters and all of that, you went to the movie theater, you paid your money to see the movie, right? Did you enjoy the movie or did you not enjoy the movie?
Mm-hmm.
Tell me the movie you didn't enjoy. Critique it for me. Let me know what you didn't like about it.
Right.
Oh, so what's the difference between that and boxing?
And watching a boxing match, right? You know what I'm saying? That's why I respect everybody's opinion when they say, I don't like Shakur because he run, or this, that, and the third. What I like, you may not like, you know what I'm saying? But I just don't like when boxers say, you know what I mean? Like,
I'm like,
this is the only sport where that, like, it's so much freedom to just disrespect, you know what I'm saying? The people who are paving your way, or not paving your way, but put the money in your pockets. You get what I'm saying? So, like, it ain't cool to do that in no sport, man. That's how I feel about it, you know? Because if you have no fans, there's no reason for them guys to put you on stage.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Don't nobody want to see you. You know what I mean? So, and like the game, the way the game built in any sport, this is one thing T.O. said, and I ain't gonna lie, I liked it. He said, if you want to be liked, be a good boxer. And it was something he said being the best boxer. I can't remember. But he said, if you want to be great, no, he said, if you want to be hated, be the greatest.
Yeah.
And it's the truth. So it come with it, bro. You know, it come with it. You gonna have fans that love to hate you. You gonna have fans that like you. You know what I'm saying?
He said it like this. He said, if you want to be great, if you want to be good. Wait a minute, I just had it when you still.
No, he said if you want to be liked, he said be a good boxer. It was
Yeah,
something.
you want to be a good boxer. If you
want to be remembered, be the best or something like that.
Yeah,
and if you want to be hated, be the greatest.
Yeah,
I was like, that shit hard, bro, because it's true. It's true. In every facet of life, bro. That's how it go, bro. Even on a day-to-day job, if you good at what you do, other motherfuckers coming for your spot, they smile in your face, really don't like you type shit. You know what I'm saying? That's what it is, bro. And I always said on the show, when you great, they gonna hate.
Yep, because it's like, look at Ali.
Yeah,
Ali had people hating him dead to his face.
Old boy on Once Upon a Time in Mexico that was eating that damn pork, whatever it was, he said, yeah, I go to each Mexican spot and I order the same dish. And if it's too goddamn, it's my favorite. What did he say? He said it was my favorite dish too, man. But if I get to a spot and it's too damn good, you got to kill the chef. And dude started laughing. And then it came to a scene where he said, damn, this shit good as hell. Pardon me. And went in the back and killed the chef. He said, you can't have that. You can't have a chef outdo what everybody else, goddamn. You got to keep fucking the natural order of shit up. If his shit is the best, then everybody else gonna stop cooking this shit. Fuck that. He killed him. That was the one with Johnny Depp in that motherfucker.
Yeah.
You know?
It was definitely good, man. But I gotta run, bro. I just popped up real quick. Did you do a show on the Bud versus WBC thing?
No, I touched on it, but I ain't been on here all week, bro.
Oh.
Yeah,
what was your opinion?
Busy.
I didn't hear it.
My opinion is that two things could be true. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I hate that Bud did what he did, like how he came out like that, right?
Yeah.
But I respect it because that's the type of person. The way you talk to me when I'm coming back at you, you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So like Mauricio chose that optimal time to try to discredit that man. He didn't have to do that. That's business. That shit could be held behind closed doors. My thing was that the people are running with and the examples they're giving don't apply. Because like you had Eddie saying it's like going to a restaurant, order all the clams and fucking lobsters you want and eat them all and then say, oh, I didn't like it, I'm not paying for it. That's not the same thing. He didn't say that. He said, what makes you better and you don't want to take the same money that the rest of the people. So they had a deal before the fight. You the one that didn't want to take the money. Furthermore, I was trying to explain to everybody, it's not like I said, okay, if you play in the AFC in football, right? They don't have to fucking pay sanctioning fees to be in the AFC and all that shit. You get what I'm saying? They don't have to do all that. I said, but at least they get provided with something. What the fuck does the WBC provide? They don't get the ring. They don't get the arena. They not putting the purse up. They're not. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So like, I truly understand where Bud coming from. Like, that's a lot. And then on top of that, the another part people did catch on. Mauricio lied to everybody and people ran with it. He said Bud Crawford got paid around $50 million. So we offered him 0.6%, which came out to be $300,000, right? How the fuck you get that figure if you don't know how much he got paid?
Yeah, and to be perfectly honest, it wasn't 0.6. He forgot a zero.
Well, but you get what I'm saying.
Yeah. But
you don't know how much he got paid, so how you give people that number? You know what I'm saying? So you just mad because you didn't get what you wanted, and y'all obviously had shook on this shit way beforehand. Because in this instance, usually sanction fees are in the contract. They come out before the fighter even get his check. But guess what? Turkey was paying. He pays you. It's up to the fighter now. Hey, X, Y, and Z. You know what I mean? And I just feel like he's at this point now. Like you said, when you great, they gonna hate. So they look for any type of reason, any reason to try to discredit him, which is cool. But he's not the first to let go of these motherfucking belts. I got on Oscar De La Hoya in his tenure used to talk bad about WBC. And he was on what was that Club Shay Shay?
Yeah.
Talking bad about the WBC. But then he made Clapback Thursdays like as if, like we were saying on here, like he was prompted to make the video.
Yeah. Like
But you were just a month ago on Shay Shay talking about you're paying just for the belt. It shouldn't be you paying this much. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah. Now,
So like, I ain't saying that he shouldn't pay. I feel like if it was me, I would pay them. I would, hey, you take whatever we agreed to, bro. I'll still give you that, but I'm not finna give you more. And if so, take the fucking belt, bro. It is what it is, because you can't take history. You just can't. Simple as that.
yeah. But where I was on it, I took a different viewpoint from it. I understood what he was saying about the deals and all of that other kind of stuff, and things like that. But I took the standpoint of, when I look at certain comedians, actors, and other people, right?
Mm-hmm.
You're involved in whatever thing you're doing. Then you make all of this money, you get to all of this mega fame, and then you start talking about the thing that allowed you to be who you are, to be able to stand on that soapbox.
Mm-hmm.
And at first, when I initially saw the video, I had asked the same question, like, yeah, when was the first sanctioning body and all of this? When did all of that start, and how did all of these fees get involved in that and things like that? So I started to do a little research, and came up with a little help of AI, and led me to the NBA, if I'm saying it right.
No, you did. That's the WA.
Yeah, that eventually
Yeah.
turned into the WBA. Now the NBA was the very first boxing sanctioning organization, and they
was
said,
corrupt.
"Listen, we have our list of champions and stuff like that. I get where you guys was going to the what was it? I think it's called the Police Gazette that went under, and then it became, and then not it became, Ring Magazine was formed, and then Ring Magazine picked up what the Police Gazette was doing. But the Ring Magazine just stayed on the lineal champion side, following them. Although they would feature champions here and there, but it was the NBA that was really doing it. And they was like, okay, so if you want to be on our list and you want to fight for our belt, we're charging you a fee.
Right.
It's a pay to play.
That's
Just
what
like with
basically
your
what it is.
PlayStation. Just like with your PlayStation. It's pay to play.
And the crazy part that, like I was saying when we was talking about it, I was like, so basically, he just showed his hand, because you're essentially saying you're what TKO is trying to be.
Yeah.
Because you're saying that we reserve the right to just snatch the belt off of any champion. It doesn't matter who represents, we don't need you. We can put this on any fucking body and still get paid. That's what it's about. Just pay. It's not really about the champions. It's not about that. It's about putting that motherfucking money in your pocket. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's how I felt about it. That's why, like, I'm like, bro, it got to be a better way than that, bro. Like, for you to sit there and be able to snatch something because somebody didn't give you no money is asinine. And they're going to bring up past shit, because I didn't even realize these niggas interjected a interim WC belt for the fucking Madrimov fight. For fucking what?
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
No.
What was it was
It
already
even makes
for a
sense
belt.
with the Oshaki and Foster thing. How did you two guys fight for the interim at
Bruh.
135 pounds?
Because dude couldn't make weight. Man, that was just so they can get paid. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
That shit was weird.
And
in other news too, though, you just reminded me. Oshaki dropped that motherfucker.
wow, that's
Oshaki dropped the interim. He dropped it.
But for me, the NBA was formed in 1921.
Yeah.
So
They ended up being corrupt.
yeah,
They
so
ended up being corrupt.
the only problem I have with the situation is when you got your first belt at 35, then you got all 4 belts at 40. Then you got all the belts at 47. Then you got another belt at 54. Then you got all the belts at 68. At what point did you feel it was safe to say what you said, knowing that you've been paying to play since 35? Now you have all of these accolades. You're going to probably go down in history when it's all said and done as the fighter with the most accolades and stuff like that. Maybe not the most hardware, because you aren't jumping up and dropping the
Right.
belt, then fight the guy for the same belt you just dropped and shit like that.
Right.
So you're not playing those games. It's just boom, 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 right?
Yeah.
After you did all of that, what is your end goal of now saying that I'm addressing this to the WBC, but I'm talking about everybody. Like, there are going to be young fighters that are following you.
Yeah. They
You
gonna
know,
follow, but they still gonna go for a belt, because the belt, that's the catch-22 of it, because the belt is what's gonna get you paid, right? Because like you said, it's pay to play. That's what's gonna keep you in the rankings, this, that, and the third. If you don't, you ain't gonna never climb them motherfuckers. You ain't gonna get noticed. But the thing is, I think that, like how people are saying, like, why he wasn't saying nothing when Earl was saying something and this, that, and the third. Well, you could say that about a lot of fighters, that drop the belt in the trash can and shit like that. You get what I'm saying? So, like, at the end of the day, like, I mean, you can't, like, okay, again, coming up, the rankings and things like that, and fighting for belts, you kind of don't have a choice in the matter to pay the sanctioning fees. That's discussed through your promoter. Like, say, it come out your check automatically. You get what I'm saying? It's just in this instance, when you big enough like a Canelo, or you fucking with somebody who's gonna pay you directly, you get what I mean?
Yeah.
They have no choice but to trust that fighter at the end of the day. So that's when you could speak up, because now you got all the power. All the power's in your hand. You may not have been liking it the whole entire time. You see, it's just like this, for instance, when some people bring up Earl, right? Earl said what he said, right?
Mm-hmm.
And he didn't like that he had to pay this money, right?
Yeah.
He ain't dropped them fucking belts.
Nah, he didn't.
So if he really, so if I wanted to play devil's advocate, I could say, well, if you really didn't like them fucking belts, why you didn't drop? If you didn't want to pay the money and you complaining, why you just don't drop them? But see, I'm not. I understand why he kept them, and I understand he getting paid. He under contract. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah. It's a gift and a curse, but it's all about the proper time, in my opinion, the proper timing to, like, really put it out there so it can be addressed with a solution. If you just rail against it without saying, okay, so moving forward, can we yada 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 and this and that and or whatever? You know what I'm saying? There are plenty of solutions out there to actually fix the issue.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Okay, so if there's an undisputed champion, right? You pay one sanctioning fee, because literally you're supposed to have all of those belts coalesce into one.
Right.
You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
The promotional company and the network is going to pay the individual sanctioning fee to make the fight. That's the fee. That's the initial fee as your application fee.
Yeah.
You give me a price on that application fee. Here's a note of what it costs to drive a yellow cab when yellow cabs still existed in New York.
It was there too.
It used to be close to $1 million.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's on the premise that you can work 24 hours a day if you choose to.
Right.
That means the money you can make is basically unlimited. So you can make $1 million within 1 year of driving a cab. It has been done. There are records. You feel what I'm saying?
Uh-huh.
So the point is this: if it costs $1 million to make $1 million, you break even. Second year, you own it. You now made $2 million.
Yeah, but
Cost of that million ain't as bad as it looked if you got a 5-year plan.
I'm pretty sure whatever the other 3 belts took, it was fair. You get what I'm saying? Because
Yeah.
they all wouldn't agreed on it. They all agreed to the same rate.
Okay, so you got the
I just,
undisputed guy, right?
uh,
He gets all the belts. He gives all of those belts over. Now you get this one big UFC type looking belt, big, gaudy,
that's what.
man.
Remember that belt was there. That's what Turkey was trying to do.
Yeah, and you just get the big boom. There you go. And that belt will have all the little plaques of the WBC, WBA, IBF, and WBO. Boom, boom,
Right,
boom, boom, boom. All of them on there says, and it has the big undisputed right there.
right.
I just paid a
But
sanctioning.
that would cause that would cause sanctioning bodies to work with each other. And see, they like we be talking about promoters. Sanctioning bodies don't like working with each other. That's why they keep fighting.
No, they
That's
don't
why-
have to work with each other. They don't
No,
have
I'm
to work
saying
with
what
each
I'm
other.
saying is, they choose sides. It ain't
Yeah,
ain't no
but-
reason that I mean, it's not a secret why Bud was always the WBO guy. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The WBA was always with PBC. What I'm saying is they won't be able to choose their allegiance at that point because that means that the WBA and that will require the sanctioning bodies to actually do their job. Like,
Yeah,
so for
that's what
instance,
it does.
the WBA is with PBC all the fucking time. Okay, the WBA champ now gonna have to, hey, sorry, PBC, I know we fuck with you, but we need him to go fight XYZ that's on Top Rank. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, and then here's where they still make their money, where they still can operate separately. The challenger to the belt.
Yeah, no
If
doubt.
you want to challenge
No
his
doubt.
belt, you got to come up with that bread as well.
Yeah.
Because
But,
he's undisputed.
well, both sides pay for it.
Unless he's stripped, that will make him lose that one belt.
Yeah, but that both sides pay for that shit. It ain't just one side.
But understand
That
what
should
I'm saying.
Yeah, that should come out of
Understand
both
what
sides
I'm
of their check.
saying. That would be the only way, in my opinion. Tell
Like
me
Bud
if I'm-
paid, and Canelo paid, bro.
understand where I'm coming from.
Mm-hmm.
I'm undisputed. I haven't been stripped. IBF, I'm giving them, their jump offs.
Right.
I'm giving you the regular rotation of mandatory fights, right?
Right.
Within the contract of the undisputed fighter, you can never overlap for a mandatory.
Nah.
Who's ever first in line that's the mandatory, like it used to be.
Yeah. No doubt. No, you used to get a voluntary and fight your mandatory. That's what I liked about Benoit Hopkins. He fought everybody.
Yeah, and he fought them. And when we try to tell people, no, he fought certain dudes as an involuntary, so his belt was never on the line. How you go do?
Yeah, you had voluntary, and then he have his mandatory. He fought. He used to say he on record on like 3-4 fights. They'd be like, "Why don't you fight with people?" Like, you do know it's something called a fucking mandatory. You know what I'm saying? He used to remind them motherfuckers of that shit.
You feel what I'm saying? And Mike's belts wasn't on the line.
Right.
I don't remember the dude's name and shit like that, but his belts wasn't on the line. But the point I'm saying is this: if I'm undisputed, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm undisputed. You got the machine behind you. You got the promotional company behind you. We trying to make the fight. Whatever the sanctioning fees are for you, not me. I pay my one sanctioning fee. You got to pay the sanctioning fee of number one, where the line you in.
I got you. What sanctioning body you in?
Yeah, you pay that sanctioning body you in. The networks in the contract and the promoters, they got to come out for the other three.
But sometimes promoters will pay it.
Yeah,
if it's
because
a big
they
enough
want
fight
the fight
to
and they want their guy to get that out. So if you working it all out like that, to whereas the costs are spread out, I don't necessarily have to work with you. All I'm doing is trying to make these fights, and then, In the other weight classes that don't have an undisputed champion, everybody's still paying the sanctioning fees as they always were. Nothing
Yeah,
changes necessarily except the undisputed belt, which is just that boom.
I wish it would be like that, man, AC. But like say, WC just showed they hand. They greedy, bro.
Yeah.
They greedy. The man couldn't even tell you where the money was going. He had an interview and he was like, we got offices we pay for, we got employees and all this other shit. And the only good thing he said was the retirement fund, you know, to help retire boxers with medical and all that shit, which we ain't seen. But everything else dealt with paying employees and this is that and the third. We got a convention. Okay, but that shouldn't have nothing to do with the boxing. Y'all act like a nonprofit.
Right off the back, how much of the sanctioning fees? What percentage of
he claimed 60% of that 300,000 was going.
So he's basically claiming 1.6 to 1.8%. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's going.
That's what he claimed, bro. But I don't believe none of it because too many boxers come out saying they ask and they don't get a reply back. I remember when fucking Andre Ward was on a tirade with them motherfuckers. Like, we need to know where this shit going.
Yeah.
And then nobody's telling us where this stuff is going, you know, or whatnot, you know. And if it really, and my thing is this, he keeps saying that retirement thing, but then make that a requirement. You can make that a requirement, like, okay, this ain't sanctioning fees, but it's almost like when you get your electric bill. I don't know how y'all electric bill work, right? But our electric bill, it'll tell me how much I'm paying in electric. Then it goddamn me got the nerve to say I'm paying this goes to the fire department. This goes to this. You know what I'm saying? But it's owner, and I know what it's for. If you're gonna do a retirement fund, these guys box too, then let them know, hey, 2% or 1% of this goes towards this, the other 2% goes towards, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, let motherfuckers know, bro.
Listen,
what's up, Deej?
I feel like this real fast. To me, that's a whole nonprofit.
That's how they act.
You got so many millionaire and billionaire boxing fans. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You got boxers, retired boxers who are millionaires and billionaires. You've got fans, you know, just every level, every aspect of boxing. You got big spenders on down to the, you know, donate as little as $5. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Then you don't have to, it's not a responsibility of the fighter. The fighter's responsibility is to stay healthy and fight.
Right. And he didn't do that but confirm what Bud was saying.
Yeah.
Everything came out of his mouth was bullshit. Like,
yeah, it was all bullshit. But all I'm saying is this: when it comes down to that aspect of it, that part right there should be a nonprofit to whereas everybody and anybody can donate to it, like St. Jude and, you know, all of these other things. And if we all love the sport, and if we all love the sport, when they have the big Hall of Fame jump offs and certain major fights, you put the little link in and you constantly promote it for every fight. Yes. Don't forget, if you're a fan, we take donations as little as $5. And listen, they're all tax deductible.
Right.
You could set that up to whereas the more you donate, the higher the deduction is for you on your side.
Because what fans don't understand, 3% sound little, man, but percents are a lot.
Yeah.
Depending on your purse.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's a lot. And then you doing that from you, not just getting it from the champ, you getting it from the challenger too.
Yeah, and that's also, you talking 3%. The promotional company gets X%. The trainer gets X%.
Your manager.
Your manager gets X%.
Nutritionist, cut man, all that shit come out. And then on top of that, you want him to pay $300,000, and then he still got to pay taxes.
Yeah, and then taxes is another %.
That's down there half.
So by the time all of that stuff is said and done, bro, your numbers ain't looking right. So when fighters
Yeah,
say, you can't tell a fighter what it's worth. No, the market tells them what it's worth. Is you just have to live
fucking right.
confines. You have to
You
live in the confines of your worth. If your worth is, $10 million, and the market is telling you your market value
man,
is
you get $10 million, 4.5
1.2.
going. If you get $10 million, 4.5 going to taxes, bro.
Yep.
It's going to fucking taxes, bro. So now you left with 5.5, and you still ain't paid everybody out that shit.
And that's a blanket fee, a blanket average
That
based
shit
on the
crazy, right?
nation. Yeah, because if they did it by state,
Yeah.
man, listen,
No, they do. They do. That's why some people don't want to fight in New York, and that's why some people fight in Vegas. They just want to stay in Vegas.
I thought they did it on like a national average.
No. That's why they be like, we'll fight in Texas, shit. Or we'll fight here, we'll fight there.
Everybody,
Motherfucker don't want to fight in California.
Yeah, that's why everybody want the big fights in Vegas. Ain't no tax.
Yeah. Motherfuckers don't want to fight in fucking California and shit and got to pay all them damn taxes and shit.
Yeah, California's crazy. They worse than us.
You know what I'm saying? No, it's by state for sure. What's up, DJ? What you got to say, buddy?
Well, I think you kind of, at least on this particular topic, that you're fully aware by now, Slick, that I smell something bigger in the water. I'm not going to be one of these guys that gets a snippet of information from both parties and then start jumping to conclusions. There's a few things that sort of just don't even make any sense. First of all, we know that Bud didn't earn $50 million. It's on public record. Just go and have a look, because they've got to register what they got paid in the state commission that they fought for. It's already published, right?
Yeah.
Everyone can go look it up for themselves. So take the $50 million off the table right now.
Right.
Second of all, to already have challenges preloaded in the gun, right, at the announcement, that's never been done. And then for Bud to go through his whole career and begrudgingly pay the sanctioning fee for the WBC, which is higher than every other sanctioning body, by the way, that's well known, has been for a long time. They think they've got a superiority complex over there. They think they're more important. So their sanctioning fees higher than the WBA, WBO, and IBF. But so Bud goes through his whole career, and for every other WBC belt that he's won or challenged for, he's happy to pay that fee, right?
But he's only fought for one. What? An old boy at 140. He had it, and it was the last belt he got. Earl Spence, the interim that was on Madrimov, which I didn't pay attention to.
No. That was WBA.
Okay.
So
the interim, they pay that interim WBC belt. Remember? It was the interim WBC belt in the Madrimov fight. That's what I was saying. And then he got the one from Canelo. So he only fought all four was just stop bys. He never really went for the WBC ever. He only did it those 4 times.
Yeah, but part of the sanctioning bodies that get caught up in the politics is they've got to sanction the fight, right? So as soon as they sanction the fight, there's a fee associated for both parties.
Right.
Now, the other thing that sort of dawned on me, and I agree that a lot of promoters will pay the sanctioning fees as part of the overall deal for the fighter, and but think about it for a minute. Who technically promoted the Canelo and Bud fight in Allegiant Stadium? Because Turkey's not a promoter.
Eddie Hearn.
Right.
No.
Eddie did. No,
Dana.
It
was Dana.
Oh. No, it was Eddie, wasn't it?
Remember Dana at the press conference? He had to go somewhere because he was about to go to a UFC fight.
Oh, yeah, that's right. You're right.
Right. So legally, in there, the promoter had to be Dana White because Turkey doesn't have a promoter's license in the US. Right. And if the WBC is a big Canelo fan, right, which we know they are, they've got bias throughout all divisions, right? What's the one belt that you can control? with bullshit or otherwise.
With the ring?
The
I'm
WBC
sorry.
belt.
I didn't hear the last part. My bad.
Well, if the rematch looks dodgy, right, and
Mhm.
the WBC still want Canelo to actually represent their belt, then they've got every opportunity to intervene on some bullshit,
Oh
right?
yeah.
Because the bag that Canelo's going to give you, if you're the WBC, doesn't change whether it's a Crawford rematch or a winner out of Mbili and Shiraz,
Right.
because Canelo generates the bag.
Right.
So financially, there's no loss there, right?
Right.
Look,
Yeah,
that
I think I
it,
touched on that
it's all.
same theory on the last time I was on. That
Look, I
I
just
feel like they want to go ahead because and Billy was supposed to do a rematch. Remember, he was ordered to do a rematch with Lester Martinez.
look. The speed at which all these things fell in line just made me suspicious. I've got no proof. I'm not making any accusations. I'm just saying to go off half cocked on what Mauricio said and then Bud's response. It's boxing, man. There's going to be a whole heap of shit that's happening in the background, politics and otherwise, fair and unfair, that I think that just need to wait a bit of time for the truth to really come out.
Yeah.
And so here's my thing with it, DJ.
Yep.
I've been Googling everything and using AI and Chat GPT, everything. All the numbers for the purse are all reported. There's not like one source that's saying blah blah blah. They're saying the total purse was 200 million. It's reported 200 million, right?
Right.
They're saying Canelo was guaranteed 150, but was approximately 50 million. Although it says Terence Crawford claims he only took 10 million. And then it says per WBC,
That was Ock that said that. He was on that show and Ock said that number. Bud never said that number.
But
okay,
I mean,
so but everywhere I'm looking, the total purse was 200 million. That's what the two fighters had to split.
but I don't think, and look, I'm not going to argue that because I haven't done the same level of search that you have.
No, I was doing it while you was talking. I was
right.
just yeah.
There's a website, there's a state website over there that you've got to report your earnings in Vegas, and there's a guy that lives over there that did that search for me, and he came up with a number. But ultimately, I don't think it's about the number. Like people aren't feeling some sort of way whether Bud earned 20 million, 30 million, or 50 million. It's the actual transaction and the way that it actually happened and the timing of it that I think that people are saying, well, Slick just said, look, plenty of people are being stripped, right? And there's a couple of things that go with it. There's lots of reports that suggest that Bud was never going to stay at 168, right?
Yeah.
So, okay, so he drops all 4 belts whenever he makes his next fight with whoever at whatever weight, right?
Yep.
So strip him. IBF are going to strip him. They're going to mandate him in the next 5 minutes and probably strip him because that's the way the IBF work, right?
Yep.
But if you don't fight your mandatory at 68, we're going to strip you. So the record books are going to show that Bud at one point in time was undisputed. Whether you've got the belt on your trophy cabinet or not becomes inconsequential to your legacy, right?
Yeah.
I'm just looking at the way it was done and the timing of the way it happened, AC, and
handled.
Do the same Google and AI and ChatGPT and tell me, has there ever been another instance where any sanctioning body has stripped a fighter in the same minute and paragraph that they've actually told you which 2 fighters are going to fight for the vacant belt?
Right. How they put that together that fast?
Well, because that just suggests to me that it was planned, Slick.
Yeah. No, that's what I'm saying. How
No,
did they put it together? That's
you,
what I'm
you
saying.
lost me on it. What do you mean? I'm trying to.
What he's saying
Well-
is this, AC. He's saying that basically that was a planned strip because they already had a fight in place for them to fight for the belt. They rearranged the fight for that belt.
Are
And the
you
same-
talking
and he-
about the
and when he-
168 belt with Hamza and what's the name?
And Billy,
And Billy. Yep.
they're fighting for that belt, bro. That Hamza was not supposed to fight in Billy. They put Lester Martinez to the side and put Hamza in there, bro. If like I said, I was DJ not far off because I had said something similar to this. They put Hamza in there. Let's not forget who's supposed to fight Canelo before Bud. Who was they projecting to fight Canelo?
They was talking about maybe a Hamza fight.
There you go. And you threw Hamza in there, and now all of a sudden it's for that belt. You hoping Hamza win, and you got another big fight, Hamza and Canelo.
Well,
I don't know if the Hamza and Canelo fight happened. Or I mean, I was talking about it the other day, and me personally, Eddie said something in the Boots jump off that because someone asked him a question. And I don't know if this dude was a plant because he seemed to be asking these oddly specific yet futuristic type plans that were like softballs. He asked Eddie, would there ever be a future super clash between Boots and Ben Whitaker at 175 pounds? And he was like, no, that's probably like 3 years away or something like that, blah, 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 because we got to get these guys up to that proper status, although they're moving that way, yada, yada, yada. But that fight is probably 3 years away. Then the dude says, okay, so a follow-up question. Then what about Hamza Shiraz, and Ben Whitaker at 175 pounds? He was like, yeah, that fight sounds a lot better to me because I love domestic level big fights. I'd rather do those 100 times a day than to try to do a lot of these, cross promotion overseas and a lot of moving pieces. And I was just like, So if Hamza actually gets that belt, and then
well, it's kind of, sorry to interrupt.
Go ahead.
I just feel like that there's breadcrumbs dropped everywhere, right?
Yeah.
And we're walking straight past them. Like Canelo's still on contract for one more fight with Turki Al-Sheikh for
Yes, he
God
is.
knows what number, right?
Right.
He's still on contract for that one last fight, right? Shiraz is already on Turkey or Riyadh Season's books,
Yep.
right?
Yep.
So assuming or predicting or guessing, if Shiraz beats Mbili, right, Turkey still gets his bag out of Canelo and Shiraz and doesn't have to pay Shiraz $100 million as reported that Bud wants for the rematch, right? So it's just hard to trust boxing. That's where I'm at. I'm not making any big accusations. I'm just saying, look, it is, history tells you that you shouldn't just believe what they put in your face with boxing.
Yeah.
You just can't,
Yeah.
right? Look over here at my right hand waving at you while I just steal your wallet with my left hand.
Right.
That's kind of, that's what boxing will do to you. So we'll wait and see. But I think that even suggesting that Mauricio sort of backtracked a little bit when the public sort of went after the WBC and not Crawford, already he's starting to backtrack a little bit, suggesting that, he'll still do business with Bud if required, and I'll sort it out then.
Could two things be true at the same? My question.
Said,
Go ahead.
hold on, let me say this. On another Spanish publication, they asked him would he do business. He said hell no. He said Bud would not fight a WBC champion.
Well, that's a little bit, from a business point of view, that's a little bit ignorant because,
it is.
Well, whilst Everbud's got ties to Riyadh Season and Turkey, that always comes with a relatively big payday, right?
Mm-hmm.
And the WBC would be entitled to that payday as long as they agree on whatever the fucking fee's going to be and people get paid.
Right.
I mean, look, the other part about it is if you've signed a contract to say that I'm going to give over 0.006 or 3%, there's kind of an obligation in there to actually honour that contract, right? So we just don't know. All I'm saying is that Turkey can't pay that fee for Bud because he's not a promoter.
Right.
Yeah.
Turkey will have paid Bud directly, or maybe it went through TKO to Bud.
But I was only saying two things can be true at the same time. He can get his Canelo fight with him, and because let's just say Shiraz beats Canelo.
Yeah.
And then moves up to 75, you already got one piece in play. This will be the last guy that beat Canelo before Canelo rode off to the sunset. I don't know if Canelo wants that because I think he might want to leave his career with actually a win. So for me, him versus Maul Charlo makes a lot more sense. There was another point that I think, DJ, what was the point you just brought up? Right before you was talking, because you said something and I was like, yeah, that kind of fits into what I wanted to say as well.
I covered a few.
No, not DJ. I meant Slick. I'm sorry.
Oh.
Right before the point that you just had made. What was that?
Shit, goddamn me. Where Mauricio said that he wasn't gonna allow him to fight for the WBC. Was it that one?
It was part of that, but I just brain farted on it. But one of the points that outside of that, the two can definitely happen in the same space. Mauricio, in my opinion, you kind of like overextended it because this is what I was gonna say. It was funny that Mauricio's saying that he doesn't want Bud to fight for that over money, right? Over this sanctioning fee. But do you guys remember when they tried to sanction? It might have been either Canelo versus Andrade, or it might have been Canelo versus Maul, which led one of them to get it was Maul, which led Maul to get the franchise belt. Do you remember what happened leading up to that? When the WBC ordered that fight, they ordered it between Canelo and Maul because Maul was the mandatory.
Right.
Or something like that. He might have been interim or the mandatory. And Canelo, they was like, you got in a statement, you got X amount of days or the champion will be stripped, blah, 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 blah. Canelo comes out his face and makes the statement. I don't know if it came from the camp, but they was like, you know what? Fuck you and your belt. I'll drop it.
Round one just said it though. That's when that gave birth to the franchise belt.
Yeah. So when he told him, fuck you and fuck your belt, you then turned around and made the statement and said, you know what? We respect our great champion. The great champion should have the ability to pick and choose what he wants to do and some of the fights that he wants to fight. Yeah. And then you come out and you make the franchise belt a couple of weeks later, and then you tell us that Canelo petitioned for that belt. So that man told you, fuck you and fuck your belt, and you rewarded him. But Bud is telling you, I'm not paying your little fee, and you trying to strong arm me on the fee after we made the deal. Whatever side is true, I wasn't in the room. I'm just quoting what he said. And you telling that man, oh, if you're not going to pay me my money, you'll never fight for one of my belts again, which is more disrespectful. A superstar telling you, fuck you and your company and your belt. This is your father's shit, and fuck him too.
Look, it's about how much weight your actions carry. Bud's towards the end of his career, right? If you go and tell Bud that he's never going to get a WBC title shot again, he probably doesn't care. His legacy is cemented in stone, right?
Laughing at you.
So it's almost like you're yelling at someone as they're actually walking out your front door. They don't give a shit, right?
Right. Right.
Like, you breaking
so-
up with me? No, I'm breaking up with you first.
Yeah, look, it's exactly right. So the point that you're trying to prove is just dumb. All you've gone and done is actually just shown the type of person and organisation you are to every new boxer that's coming through.
He
So-
dumb as shit. He dumb as
But-
shit, DJ. Because let Canelo and Bud come to agreement on a rematch. Watch. He gonna walk that shit back so quick, bro. Or especially if Canelo get that belt and they talking about we gonna do a rematch. He is not finna tell Canelo you can't fight him.
Hey, you know what I'd be doing, Slick, if I wanted to get real spiteful, is I'd be saying, Canelo, I'm going to give you the rematch, but it's only going to be for 3 belts, right?
Right.
Because I don't want the WBC to have any of their sanctioning fees. And guess
Yep.
what? I'm going to save you money too, Canelo, because you don't have to pay it either.
Yep. The fucking goddamn me. Who did that shit, man? Mayweather did that shit on the fight. He said, I'm fighting for the WBA. I am not fighting for the. No, he said, I'm fighting for the WBC. I'm not fighting for the WBA. They was like, but it's he has to. He said, I am fighting for the WBC. I'm not fighting for the WBA.
Yeah, I can't remember. What was the other
What fight was that, man?
Who was the other fighter? And they actually fought. It was like early 90s, but I think it was a lower weight class. It was the 2 dudes, and dude was like, no, I don't want your belt.
What's up, D
I
Price?
beat you.
Yeah. Yeah, I can't
Yeah,
remember.
dude
that.
turned down the belts. I think the dude he beat was a unified champion. He was like, keep them. I just wanted to beat you.
Yeah.
All that mattered to me was beating you.
So that's been done before, DJ. I can't remember. Floyd was sitting at a table and they was asking him about that shit.
That's just the way my brain works. Like, yeah, well, okay, if we're going to get in the trenches, let's take the fucking gloves off and go at it. But,
Right.
look, I mean, there's so much history with, like, WBC isn't out there on their own. The other sanctioning bodies have done some bullshit over the years. I mean, Tank's been pleading, right, for the WBA to take his belt. Just take it. I don't fucking want it. And they refuse to take it.
Right.
So not only...
He don't even bring it out.
Yeah. So look, it's all about money, and it just doesn't make sense to me that you throw a tantrum and run the risk of losing further Turkey money, further Canelo money, or further Bud money.
Yeah.
It's like saying, I asked for $50 and you only gave me $20, so I'm throwing the $20 back in your face, and I'll go without anything.
Right. Yeah, I agree with. I just think it should always reside to be the boxer's choice. I just don't agree how everybody wants to slander Bud because of his choice. I mean, shit. And at the same time, I feel like everybody who's slandering and making these posts about Bud was the same people who used to talk shit about the WBC. Now you're taking up for the WBC all of a sudden. That shit don't make sense to me when we see countless shit within the same week. Like nobody's saying how the fuck Ryan getting a title shot.
Yeah.
How is he getting a title shot?
Or why Ryan Garcia got banned indefinitely for a positive drug test, but Subaru Matthias will change the rules for him.
For real. They did it for fucking Conor Ben too. They went against the BBSC. It said, well, in our findings, we didn't see nothing wrong, and they came up with the excuse of the eggs, remember? Maybe ate too many eggs that morning or some shit they said.
The rules are what they want them to be on the day that suit them. There ain't no fucking rules. They'll just make it up as they go. Oh, forget what happened last week or last year. That doesn't matter. That was different. We're changing the rules for this week.
Right.
And so, look, it's difficult for the boxers. I understand that a contract should be honoured by both parties. If you sign it begrudgingly and go, for fuck, I'm going to have to give these people a whole heap of money for nothing. But, if you need them to sanction it and that's the deal, you've got to honour it. But if there's some bullshit happening in the background and the public only getting told lies about it, I don't want to be on record throwing my toys out of the cot based on lies. I want the truth before I make my decision.
Yeah, for sure. I'm about to get up out of here, but DJ, I just wanted to holler at you, bro. That Obatiah knockout and that whole card, I enjoyed it. I got the opportunity to watch that Australian card. Bro, I sent that Obatiah fight to everybody. Like, check it out, man. And
Well,
I
let,
I
let
liked
me.
it. I liked his personal critique, but the thing that was scaring me was you can't fight Benavidez like that.
Nah, but I think he was trying to
I
make
don't.
us.
I don't. He didn't.
Go ahead.
Look. There's a couple of things that play in there as that I believe in the background. I think that Jai was carrying some extra motivation after the Benavidez and Zerto news. And I wrote some comments somewhere. I said, look, I don't want to be fighting Jai after you've just heard that Zerto's called you similar to his ex-girlfriends. That's just not going to end well. Look, sometimes timing's interesting in boxing. I've quietly, and I don't have any inside information, but if we have a look at how Turkey rolled with the heavyweight division, I'm still not writing off the possibility that whilst ever Jai's got the ring belt, he's going to be Turkey's guy, right? Jai's already fought on 3 Riyadh season cards. So depending on who wins tomorrow between Nikolajan and Jack, right? It ends up being better for Turkey because he gets a cruiserweight unification fight with Jai and the winner of tomorrow. He gets a WBA, WBO cruiserweight fight in Benavidez and Zerto, with the possibility at the end of the year on his big ring card of getting an undisputed for the winners out of those two. Right?
Michael Jack said he'll do it. He said as long as the money right.
Well, look, I think that it would be who's Badu Jack with? Who's his promoter?
I don't know. He used to be with Mayweather Promotions, but I don't know if he's with them anymore.
Well, it suggests that if he's on Prime Video tomorrow, that makes him a PBC fighter.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But interestingly, what throws a spanner in the works with that theory is that Benavidez has only got one more fight on contract with Turkey, potentially before he's got to give him back to Al.
Mm-hmm.
So,
well, remember what Benavidez said. He's trying to get away from them for real.
Well, that may be the case. Look, Al's not silly. Love him or hate him, he'll give his fighters to another promotion for the right number, right?
Right.
And
right.
If that was going to happen, the person that I'm gonna tell you should be on the phone ASAP right now, and you should have been on the phone talking to him. Oscar De La Hoya. If you don't pick up David Benavidez, you're a fool. That's your golden boy right there, the Mexican monster.
No, I think everything you were. Be signed to Turkey.
Benavidez is not going to get out of an Al contract. Benavidez is going to go away as a well-known star, and Turkey's going to give him back to Al as almost the new face of Mexican boxing, right?
Right.
He's going to come back with possibly 3 new titles that he didn't have when he left, right? So Al's not going to let him get away with anything. It's just going to be that the price is now higher for David to go and fight on different people's cards.
And I'm just saying, I'm listen, me personally, if I was De La Hoya, I'd be looking how to empty the bank so I can get so I can get Benavidez in my camp.
I don't
know what I'm saying? Because
especially, but shit, that'll be going against Gilberto, because Gilberto is boy.
Look, I think Zerto's career is closer to the end than we think.
Me too. That's what I'm saying.
He's been in the game a while. He went up in ranks after he got a whooping off Bivol, right? There's still, if we remember properly, the Zerto Jake Paul option if he really wants a retirement bag. I reckon that Turkey's doing it the strategic way, because Turkey's always got a 12 to 18 month plan. We know that because he starts trying to tell us fights are going to happen before the winners are actually known. And that's what's fucked him up before, right?
Right.
So it's easier to find the money, in my opinion, for an undisputed cruiserweight, right? Whether it's against Benavidez or Zerto, than it is just for a unification fight. And they can't start that conversation until tomorrow fight's over.
Right.
You can't negotiate with Miklajin or Badu Jack until that fight's over.
Don't Tim Zoo fight this weekend or next weekend?
Oh, you had to bring it up, didn't you, Slick? I was in such a good mood. $60.
For real?
$60 they're trying to charge us over here for that.
Oh,
man.
Wow. Damn.
No
Is that
limit.
tomorrow?
Nah, 17th of December.
17th,
Our 17th,
okay, yeah.
not yours. So our 17th will be your
16th.
16th. And no limit of drinking the PBC Kool-Aid.
Yeah, they try to take a chunk out of Al playbook, goddamn me. For sure. Damn, $60. I don't even think they short it over here. That's just Australian card too.
No, I think you'll find that you'll be able to watch it. No limit cards are normally available for you guys over there, and I think you got to go to main event to watch it.
Okay.
Yeah, go.
No, I was gonna say, what's up, round one?
Oh, what up? Hey, when is Tim fighting? When is this?
17th.
Yeah, 17th.
17th of December, Australia 17th, not US 17th.
All right. I'm gonna have to watch it. Shit, I don't know why they paying $60 for this shit. What the fuck? Like a pay-per-view? That went $60?
That's crazy.
That fight card, as much as I want to see Tim resurrect his career against God knows whatever his name is, right?
Right.
And then they're talking the possibility of Tim fights Tony Harrison next. Why have that fight again?
What?
Man, look, let me just tell you that there's times in our lives as adults where we've got to say that some things just aren't worth paying the money for.
Yeah.
Not out of spite, not out of hate, but, look, when the price of a commodity exceeds its value by lots, just don't buy it.
Yeah. Yeah. That's when you say YouTube, YouTube
it. Hey, shit, the undercard better be good. There better be some this better be a good card if you paying $60 for it. That's crazy.
What happened to Eddie trying to build a following over there?
Well, here's the thing. I don't think that Eddie necessarily needs to actually worry about getting into the Australian market with boxing, because starting January the 1st next year, the Zone will own one of our biggest sports broadcasters.
Oh, wow.
Foxtel, KO Sports, all those sorts of things, right? The subsidiary stuff. So he actually corners a bit of the market a different way.
Right.
Now, he's had the Matchroom, to be clear, the Matchroom contract or agreement has expired. They haven't told each other get stuffed. All they've done is to say under the previous agreement that was Trans-Tasman and Matchroom, right, is that part of the contract has expired. And at the moment, Eddie has got nothing at Matchroom for Tasman Fighters, Jai, or Spencer Brown, right?
Right.
And whilst ever Jai has got the ring belt, and we know that Turkey owns the ring, right? Jai will still get supported the right way for, I guess, financially for the fights that are worth making.
Right.
Now, the other part of what's severed part of the Matchroom initial contract is that Jai signed up Tasman Fighters, not Joy. Tasman Fighters signed it up to a competitor media broadcaster in Australia. So that's why DAZN couldn't put on the last fight, because the broadcasting rights had gone to someone else. Now, I don't know if that's going to be a good move or a bad move, but you can guarantee that if Jai ends up on a Riyadh season card with Turkey, it'll be back under DAZN for that particular fight. Eddie's dipped his toe in the water. He's had a bit of a play around, and I'm not talking figuratively. Sky's got a title fight in the next 24 hours at 122. And he's done his thing with Kambosos, he's done his thing with Paro, and he's done his thing with Jai. Right? So maybe Matchroom have looked at the numbers and said, look, this isn't sustainable. I don't know. But from what I can tell, they haven't left on bad terms. And during that time that Eddie was co-promoting with Jai, Spencer Brown's come on board with Tasman Fighters. And he's got, I won't say money to burn, but he's got money and influence in the boxing industry. So I think they're just exploring all options. But like you say, you've told me 1,000 times, Slick, sometimes it's not about rushing to the fight that you desperately want. Sometimes the timing needs to allow it. And my hope that things start to come together. Jai now fights Badou Jack for unification. He's got 2 belts plus the Ring magazine, and it then becomes not another unification but an undisputed if he can get the winner with Turkey's help of Benavidez and Zerto. Because Jai's not about fighting a person. He's about fighting the guy that's got the belt. He doesn't care what name's associated with it. It's not like he's calling out a Canelo or a Bud. Zerto is not that guy, right?
Right.
It'll be whoever's got it. And I'm telling you, watching Benavidez and Jai Opetaia with both their fight styles and their aggression, man, that's a fight that anyone should want to watch.
Yeah, right. That's going to be a fucking fight. Nobody's backing up that fucking fight. That's going to be a monster. And I don't think it's going to be like the last fight we just saw. I think he just wasn't fighting this game, and he just went there. He wanted to make a quick statement. Dude was awkward as shit, though, bro. What was his name?
I actually haven't seen Sin Cara.
Yeah, Sin Cara. Sin Cara.
I haven't seen Jai fight like that for a long time.
He fought reckless.
There was a screw loose. Yeah. There was a screw loose, and his dad was serving it up to him in the corner too.
Yeah.
There was all sorts of colourful language.
Right. Yeah, he was fighting reckless as shit in that motherfucker, bro. I was like, what is he doing, bro?
But
trying to walk through shots.
Yeah, look, he was just impatient. But I mean, the knockout came with patience, believe it or not.
Yeah, that's why I was saying. That's why I like that boy. The way he set that motherfucker up and got his ass.
So, Slick, if you're going to add Jai to a potential to your list of candidates for KO of the year, right? Go back and have a look at January 6th, because he did David Nyika just as badly.
Yeah, boy.
Like, put him out cold on the canvas too. So,
yeah, man, I definitely gotta put that list together, man, because this year produced a lot of good knockouts, man. Flawless
hey, yo,
knockouts.
DJ, let me ask you something real quick. Hey, So do you guys have Paramount Plus over there or not? Like, how are you gonna watch the Zuffa boxing events or some shit?
Do you just want me to respond about Paramount or just all the boxing?
Yeah, well, like that's what I'm saying, because Zuffa boxing is gonna be next month, and I don't know how you're gonna watch it as a friend. Like, you gotta go to fucking UFC Fight Pass, or I don't know what the fuck you gotta go to do to watch that shit.
So we've got everything that you've got, other than ESPN can be a little bit tricky. So depending on if there was any fights on ESPN, they're a very US-based platform that requires overseas people to use VPNs to connect to a US server and blah, blah, blah. But for Netflix, Paramount Plus, Prime Video, it's no different. We just subscribe, pay your money, set it up, and you're away.
Okay.
I'm going to watch I'm not going to jump into the first TKO stuff, round one. I just want to see, first of all, who's fighting. And I'm also waiting to see whether DAZN holds strong with their higher tier option. Because I unsubscribed from DAZN and saying, look, if you can't tell me what I'm going to get, I'm not going to commit 12 months worth of payment to you. That's just madness, particularly in boxing.
That's
man. Look, think about it. Like we were supposed to get Floyd, Schofield, and Shakur pulled out at the 11th second, right? We were supposed to get Parker and Dubois pulled out at the last second, right?
Yep.
Yeah, a lot of pullouts, bro. Even better be if, yeah.
And I don't blame DAZN or Riyadh for that. I'm just saying that don't ask people to spend money on an industry that can't promise you things.
Can't give you a guarantee.
That's right. So, PEDs, drug testing, missing weight,
injuries.
Just the industry just doesn't allow for confidence. Right. If I knew what I was going to get, look, the first 3 cards look pretty solid, right?
They were solid. Hell yeah, they were.
No, the first 3 cards of Riyadh season next year look to be building pretty solid, right?
Mm-hmm.
But with injuries during fights, during sparring, all sorts of things, it just says to me, well, you're just asking me to commit to a service, not a product.
Right. I
want to know the product I'm going to get.
That's true.
And
I mean,
look,
it's crazy too, because they do have just more promotions than any other fucking, network right now, and they still have more pay-per-views as well, which is kind of stupid in a way,
Yeah, but they're saying the boxing thing, they basing it around boxing.
Yeah,
I mean,
pay
look
the
at
$40-something for boxing. You can't
guarantee
me.
You think that Frank Warren's last pay-per-view was a pay-per-view worthy kind of thing?
No, well, you don't pay for those anyway on DAZN. Like the Queensbury cards, Golden Boy cards, and Matchroom cards, they're all not pay-per-views, right? In this year's model. I think I sat down and worked out, I think that we got, combined with Riyadh season and Ring, I think we got something like 10 cards in 2025. So really they're only promising another 2 cards for next year.
Right.
But I would say that I didn't buy some of those pay-per-view cards in 2025. I didn't buy the Conor Benn Eubank 2, right?
Right.
There was a couple I didn't buy. The majority I did, but there was a couple I didn't. And I don't want to financially support cards that I don't think are pay-per-views. I want the choice to say, well, I'll miss this one, but I'll buy the next one. Or I'll buy the next 3, but not the next one because I'm not interested in it. So they're almost locking you into forced viewing, because if you don't watch it, you feel like you're missing out on your money. Yeah. But what about when they have cards overseas where the time zone just doesn't suit you at all? Like getting up at 1 a.m. in the morning to actually watch in Saudi Arabia.
Yeah, like the NUA card. I would have to get up at 4 in the morning.
Yep. So look, and I'm just waiting to see whether they just renege on it a little bit and say, well, this plan didn't work and we're losing subscribers. Then they're going to have to change their model. Yeah. Because it's not Turkey's doing, it's DAZN's doing.
Right. Yep. Well, fellas, I'm going to end the show right there, man, so I can get ready for tomorrow. Do the fight party.
All right, for sure. I'll see you tomorrow, Slick.
For sure. You know I'm going to be here.
Have a good one.
Yes, sir, man.
Right,
thank you,
have
DJ.
A good one, my boy.
Catch you, boys.
Man, thank you, DJ, as always, man. All right, y'all, man. Let me get everything back situated where it's supposed to be. Tomorrow, hold on. Let me get that calendar back up. Put this back. I will be back tomorrow for that Pacheco and Sajo card, bro. Make sure y'all come through. Tune in. Like I said, man. Don't meet me here. Beat me here. You understand me? I apologize on behalf of YouTube, all the glitching that it's been doing. I've been paying attention to. I don't know if it's showing on y'all end, but I don't like it. But other than that, man, this is a great show, bro. Talk SD, salute to you. Everybody came through. Salute to you, man. Johnny, salute to you. Zai, Chappelle, everybody, DJ, you name it. Captain 007. Everybody came through, man. AC, round one. Everybody came through, show love, man. I really appreciate y'all. Like I said, if you're new and you're checking this out, make sure you hit the subscribe button, man. We're 102 away. 102 away from hitting that 2K mark, man. That's our goal. And hopefully we can get that before the year ends. We can start off first at 2,000 and flourish to 3K. You feel me? And if you, share it. Share the stream always. Share the content, man. That's how we get out there and get in the algorithm, all right? And let people know about the Judge's Table podcast. I am your boy Slick 50, man. And I'm finna get up out of here. Like I said, I'll see y'all tomorrow for that card. And I'm up out of here, y'all. Y'all be easy. Deuces.